Hello friends, welcome. We're here for week number 2 at EGFC Rocket League. My name is Jeff, alongside Loki as we get into this week's action. We've got 4 games here on the EGF Rocket League channel, and of course, like every week, if you don't see your team here, be sure to go check official EGF as well. We'll have games running on that channel all night. But with that said, Loki, who do we got coming up tonight on this channel?
Got Delaware and Howard looking at it right now. Both of these teams coming off of a very interesting week 1. Howard not having a great time against UTA. Delaware managed to score just as many goals in their opponent of NAU, but end up losing the match 3-1. So both of these teams kind of having weird losses they want to come off of.
Yeah, that Delaware NAU game was incredibly close, and we'll get to see the Lumberjacks directly following this game of the Bisons and the Blue Hens. But, you know, kind of zooming in on this game 1, Howard still looking for that first goal of the season. UTA, a strong squad here in EGF, always one of the top dogs, and even with a newer roster, still continue to be that way. So Howard struggling a little bit there. Delaware got to be hunting for some revenge after that loss to NAU last week, though.
Well, I mean, Howard comes through here with basically a revamped roster from their week 1 squad here. The only person they're keeping on from week 1 is that coolest guy. And he is a pretty cool guy, so, I mean, you got to keep him with you. Flash and Bubble Boy, though, looking to make that difference. Delaware here, I think their roster is good. I think everything we've seen from them is great so far. That game against NAU was absolutely not a loss for Delaware. It was a win for NAU. Both teams played amazing. Delaware just not able to pull it out right here. And so I think we're getting to see a little bit of like, okay, can we just train up to where we needed to be versus a tear it all down, build it back up in a week 1 to week 2 situation.
Oh, I certainly don't think Delaware need to be doing anything drastic. This is an experienced squad. Similar names all by spring in season 4, and you know, Delaware did very good. If memory serves, I think they were 14-2, something like that last year. I mean, they were very high in the standings last season. So we're expecting big things coming into season 5, and we're getting week 2 underway as we kick it off. Game 1.
Yeah, already here, Delaware on the attack. This is something they struggled with a little bit last week, making sure to keep the pace and the offensive pressure throughout all of the games. This time, though, not having really any issue at all. Already with the demo, already with a shot on goal, make that 2. Right now, Delaware looking really clean with all of these shots, really keeping the pressure on. They just continue to be off by the tiniest of angles, like 3 or 4 angles apiece. Just can't find that final touch. Stellar now. Oh, Flash couldn't get in position. What a move by Stellar.
Yeah, it was coolest guys tried to drop it off to Bubble Boys. The pass was just a little too hard, and Stellar was right there to scoop it up. Goes right past both of them. It was a dangerous play. They're in the backfield for Howard. And Delaware able to capitalize, get an early goal, start this thing off. And immediately they're going to go right back on the attack. 2 into the sky, kind of fighting for it.
I mean, hey, I love the, just offensive strategy. I think if you can keep the ball in the other team's end, it doesn't matter how good or bad your defense is because you can just keep it right there and just keep putting on the points. Scooter getting in on the action.
Nice little double tap. Stellar got a piece of that one? I think Stellar might have got a piece of that off the wall. Yeah, that was a great pass. Just dropped it right in front. Love to see the teamwork and an early 2-0 lead here for the Blue Hens as expected. And the offense continues. Howard struggling to get out of their own zone. They need to get a little bit of control. Even just a good clear so they can get some resources would do worlds good for them.
Oh, not able to find the clear there. Both players going for it. Going to end up missing. Nice little pass to Stellar there. Sets up Scooter. Oh! What's the little stop car move? Setting it up like a team. We playing golf?
A little fancy there. Delaware getting a little big for their britches and actually give up one to the back end. Flash is able to come with the counter punch off of that move. Finds the clear that the Bison so desperately needed and gets a good bounce off the wall. Flash sticking with the play. And Howard finds their first goal of the season.
Oh, that's what you get when you maybe overcommit a little bit too hard, get a little bit too fancy on the offense. And no one is home to take the ball. It doesn't matter though, Stellar.
Woo!
Oh!
Good save.
Wow! I I thought that one was going in for sure. I am amazed that that one didn't sneak past.
Was that off of an own car? I didn't see the save pop up in the right. I would love to.
I think it bounced right off like the right bar.
Did it hit the bar? I was about to. Ah.
Bouncing out.
Close play. Howard dodge a bullet. They got to get out of the zone, though, if they want to convert on this. Otherwise, Delaware's going to score anyway.
Yeah, I mean, oh, this is set up. Odds there just can't quite tap it up. I mean, this is so many shots on goal or right beside the goal, though. I feel like it's really pinning Howard back on their own end just because they can't ever get any resources. They always have to be right in the goal, just playing goalie. You can look at Coolest Guy here. They don't even get to do the rotation.
Nice.
They just have to stand right there, and barely Flash manages to keep that one alive.
I mean, Flash just making a good read, putting their car right in the perfect position and hoping. And indeed, they managed to intercept that ball and keep this one out. Stellar through the air. Flash is there to intercept again. Still just dangling in front of the net.
I mean, how often do you get to see this much offense out of one team and one style? They're forcing a high-level team to sit in their goal, to play goalie exclusively. No rotations, no making sure they're in the right spot. Just sitting in the goal, and it doesn't even matter. Scooter with their second goal of the day, once again set up by Stellar.
Yeah, just so much pressure from Delaware. Like you say, the Bison's just kind of forced to turtle up, which means you're not getting resources, and you're eventually going to run out of steam, and all those shots are... One of them's going to get past you. And certainly does Scooter putting their second one in here to start the day. Delaware reclaim their 2-goal lead. Flash with a good touch here. Bisons might be able to do something.
Yeah, first chance on the offense. Almost fighting the cross there. Odds manages to bat out of the way, trying to get it back out and clear. Is Flash going to be able to get there back there fast enough? Flash didn't get there fast enough. Stellar certainly did, but not clean enough to get that one goal. So once again, Howard is backed up in their own end.
Flash once again steps up, gets the clear. Forces two out of position. Bubble Boy is able to push the ball back, but the Coolest Guy was just too scared to get out of the goals, too nervous to give up that position. And, well, that caution was rewarded there as they're able to get the save. Stellar waiting for this ball here. Bubble Boy misses the touch. What a pass. Better save from Flash.
Yeah, I mean, even with staying near that goal, though, even getting the save, I wonder, do you have to make the save? If you bring all three onto the offensive press, you know, can you start rotating your resources in? Can you just have one person trying to hang back by midfield and contest the ball, at least enough to slow it down for everyone to come back? I mean, if you're getting the ball upfield, you got to go up the pitch with it. Staying back like that, I think it's just, you know, forcing Howard to kind of fight with one arm behind their back almost.
It's definitely a push and pull. And we're giving Delaware so much room. You can see two defenders from Howard just sitting way back in the back third, giving Delaware all the room in the world to dance around this pitch, to completely open up and pass around. Here's a good touch that goes over their heads. Oh, Coolest Guy, couldn't get the shot on.
Not quite there. It's going to be Stellar trying to get it right back out across midfield. Great pass to Odds. Odds can't quite find it, though. Nice little tap on the side, though. Scooter just off. Barely can't find the final touch. 5 seconds left on the clock. Howard gonna have to play volleyball. Don't know if they're gonna be able to play it well enough. Nope, ball is just gonna sit. Well, right as I say, it's gonna sit on
Coolest
the ground.
Guy. Yeah. I mean, the final last microsecond, Coolest Guy comes in with the touch. At least keeps hope alive here. You know, hope for moral victory.
Maybe not for Howard.
Yeah.
Maybe,
I love the effort, all right? I love the effort. I love the even though you're not going to be able to tie the game, obviously down by 2 here in a 0-second situation. But I do like the hustle. And, hey, Howard, they're able to at least break the seal. They got the hardest goal of the entire season, and that's the very first one. They're able to get that one done. Big plays out of Flash. Flash looking really good out there. I mean, 5 saves, got a goal on 3 shots, but of course, Delaware, as expected, the experience coming through in spades. They're in game 1, and they do run away with it in the end.
I mean, I want to talk about the biggest thing for Delaware right now is just their passing. Well, they're yanked off the top. You know, you see them angling up right above the goal, managing to hold it there just long enough before letting it drop perfectly for their teammate, bouncing it off, you know, the sidewalls, getting perfect crosses every time. It seems like no matter where the ball bounces, Delaware has a plan to get it back into a scoring position and back to their teammate. That final goal in overtime is a perfect example of that. carrying it through the air, bounces it off that back wall at the perfect angle where they know their teammate's going to be. We've talked about chemistry before and how important that is between these games. But you're getting a masterclass on how amazing chemistry can be for your team right here and now.
I mean, even in the closing moments where you had the Stellar and Scooter both diving at the net, the final goal, it just perfectly positioned to make sure that that ball is going to go in. A little bit of a trick play here to start things off. This guy had a look on net, but that one a little hot too. Bubble Boy finds himself with a little bit of room to work, but Stellar screams across the field.
Yeah, not quite going to be able to get it past. The midfield presence for Delaware is punishing. And still, Howard going for this very defensive rotation. Coolest guy now coming out with the ball. That's way up there. Can they get it across for their teammate? No! Stellar playing some stellar defense there. Finally, some shots on goal for Howard, though.
The Bubble Boy is going to push up. Finally, kind of prying themselves out of that goal area and starting to rotate a little bit. So I like to see from Howard, they're going to get it clear here. I'm creating a little bit of space.
Yeah, I do like, though, that Delaware's consistently keeping someone on that midfield position. That one lets them keep resources. No way! No way! From midfield, it's Stellar!
Finds the angle off the wall and just able to beat Bubble Boy to it by just a frame or two. Beautiful shot. Great accuracy out of Stellar. Start things off. And Delaware, let's go a little bit longer here in game 2, but not by much.
I mean, what a 50-50, though, to go up, find that, and thread the needle exactly around the defender to the corner of the goal. I mean, that's just, you really can't ask for more than that.
Great read, perfect timing, and perfect accuracy. He certainly cannot ask for much more. Look at this pass. Stellar's going to get that one, too.
Stellar, Scooter. They just can't keep connecting. The SNS connection is just too strong right now. They always seem to know where the other is. They're one step ahead of each other. The setup there, taking the ball all the way up and then just dropping it down like it's Christmas Day and they're giving out presents. That's insane.
Just insane. It's I just feel like electricity. It's conduit wires. It's just perfect and consistent. Stellar and Odds colliding up high, but Flash is able to get away a little bit, but Stellar catches up to him, finds the demo. Now looking to chase down this pass right down in the middle.
Bubble Boy here, possibly set up, getting it to the other end of the field. Not going to find it, though. That just throws the bar way up in the air. Odds almost sets up Stellar once again. Passing just not quite online. I love this move by Coolest Guy. Started throws it up in the air. Get their teammates there in time, but once again, Delaware just too quick. Scooter now, another trying for a shot. Gonna get blocked out. And while we've seen this defensive rotation maybe be a little bit too defensive from Howard, it does seem like they're starting to get their defense a lot more on lock. They seem to be in position consistently able to fight for the ball. They've noticed that you have to head them off at the pass rather than the shot in order to keep this Delaware team out.
Yeah, I mean, really good defensive play out of Bubble Boy, playing off the wall, followed by Cool Sky to come in with a stop, and Howard is starting to get a lot more aggressive on this ball, take away some space, and they're looking a lot better here in game 2, despite still being down by 2 goals. I feel like the Bisons are starting to find their stride a little bit. Nice shot there, blocked by...
Yeah, I mean, and now that Howard has done a lot better job of taking the passing away for Delaware, we're seeing Delaware's offense. Oh no, overcommitment on the defense.
That's a heady.
Stellar's there again.
Oh my goodness, Stellar just absolutely removed 2 defenders from the pitch entirely. Hit the eject button and they were in space, and it's Stellar alone celebrating in the back of the net with a hat trick in game number 2.
What a read on the defense there, knowing both of them going for the high ball. Just starts it right around them. And now, once again, set up on this goal. Stellar going for the top. Not gonna find it, just a little bit too high. Scooter, though, immediately finding the right position, knowing, hey, that ball's gonna go somewhere. Give myself to get some resources. Just back right on out. Delaware consistent on all of these rotations. And I feel so bad for Howard because their defensive change has really been working out. It's looked so much better, the aggressiveness really giving them that edge. But it does open you up to maybe sometimes hitting the over. Oh,
huge save! Flash is going to get it out of there, too. I'll take it for the double tap. Make it triple, quadruple tap. many touches did he get on that ball? Stellar up to Scooter. Scooter now going for the double tap. That'll eventually break it home. Oh my goodness. But you were talking about the defense of the Bisons, and it was certainly admirable on that one. Scooter, though, it was the straw that broke the camel's back, unfortunately. Should I say the Bison's back? 4-0. Now with a $1.22 remaining.
And I'll tell you how many taps they can get on that ball. As many as they need to get the goal. That time took 6 across the team. Oh, almost! From middle of the pitch. Howard going for the deep ball. As now, they really do have to kick this offense into overdrive with 4 goals on the clock. We're going to be looking at about 15 seconds a goal.
I mean, I don't think
the pace is going to be quick.
Okay, I don't think you really changed what you're doing right now after the Bisons. I mean, I really like versus what we saw in game 1. Looks like a completely different squad. They're not turtling up. They're getting aggressive, and the defense is looking good. I don't think you really changed things here. Keep doing what you're doing. See if you can get one in. See if you can get just one goal to take with you into game 3.
Yeah, I mean, the offense for Howard has been probably the hardest part at the moment. I don't think not because they've had a bad offense, just because they haven't had any good looks on the goal.
Here they go.
I mean, oh, yeah, here's the opportunity. Now's the chance to try to put that offense into action. First, you got to get by Scooter, though, and Flash does manage to do that. Trying to set it up. Almost finds it.
Oh, it was a good attack, too. Howard kind of invested everybody too far forward. Didn't leave anybody at the midfield line to kind of help protect, to help provide that safety net for Flash as they got aggressive. It was a good try, but nope, Howard not going to be able to get it done here. Waning seconds, and it looks like it might just be another one for Delaware. Stellar finds goal number 4. And, well, Delaware come up with a convincing game 2 as well, now on match point for the series. Well, at least after our, I guess we're just going to go through the motions of this 1-second kickoff here, Loki. We do have one left, don't we?
Hey, gotta have 1 second. I've watched a lot of sports. There's a lot of things that can happen in 1 second.
There you go.
But...
Oh, man.
Learned anything from Mac Brown in college football, it's that 1 second can change everything. I mean,
well, I like that from Howard. We were seeing a lot more team presence. It wasn't just Flash standing up and coming out of the goal on their own and looking like they were trying to do a lot by themselves. It was the entire team of the Bisons kind of starting to move together, starting to get their rotations in order. I mean, the Blue Hens are an extremely tough opponent, have always been formidable here in EGF. So, I mean, there's no shame in the game that we saw out of Howard there in game 2. Where, I mean, you see like the master classes you were talking about earlier, Loki, of teamwork and passing. I mean, that's the results where you see at the bottom of your screen, an exceptional squad, and they do it again in game 2.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for Howard here. You know, their first 2 games are probably against 2 of the top 3 teams in EGF. I mean, that's a brutal opening.
I mean,
but
I was just going to say, frankly, with some of the teams that dropped out, we've kind of got a tighter group of teams this year. And I feel like it's what is left is kind of the cream of the crop. Like, there are so many tough teams in EGF now. There's very little gimme games anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, Howard, they've drawn the short.
Hey!
Well, there we go.
Speaking of drawing the short straw, Bubble Boy just gave it right back, played the Uno reverse card on that short straw, and Howard University strike first in game 3.
Well, I mean, hey, they've got the Bubble Boy Boba Tea, right? You know, you gotta get the straw in there, punch it right on through the defense, if you will. Doing a great job finding that one. Oh, maybe another halfway goal.
Oh,
not good.
Almost got the 50. Bubble Boy had won that 50. It would have been a prime position first 2-0, but now it's going the other direction. Oh, his shot goes way wide, though.
Yeah, I do love seeing what we have seen from Howard, though, especially with how they adjust all of these changes. I mean, we've seen their adjustment, or we've seen their defense change dramatically from that first game. The first game very much oriented on the goal, very much oriented the shot. Now they've adapted to be a little bit more aggressive, go after the passing lanes, shut things down when they're getting to the goal rather than when they're in front of it, and doing an amazing job as a result of it. Now you can see him set up. Coolest guy already down on the other end, waiting for the ball.
Yep, trying to get that one centered. Oh, it's just booted all the way across, though. Had Flash set up in the middle. Now Flash has to just desperately go back. Does get that beautiful touch to force that ball into the corner. A little contact knocked Odds out of position. Flash tries to push it out the other way, but Scooter's coming back in for a second run. Oh, nice shot. Odds gets their first goal of the day.
That little angle that Delaware keeps going to, where it drops down right off of the top of the goal, it's just perfect time and time again. I mean, that's got to be like the set play for Delaware here. It seems like their bread and butter. If we can just get the ball to like slowly drop down off the top of the goal, they're going to score every single time from that. And the issue is it's such a hard thing to defend too, because like, why not let the ball sail high? It'll get a good bounce. You can, you know, get it out of the goal, get a defend, possibly a clear. But I mean, Delaware's just too clean on it right now. They're not giving any time to react.
No, not at all. You can see Stellar just choking out Cool Sky on that possession. Still has the ball on their hood, looking to beat the ball through the air. Does Flash waiting on the backboard, can't get to it. Double tap goes in, and Stellar with one of the best goals I've seen this season thus far.
I mean, hey,
wow.
That's another one. That's again as many touches as they need. They'll get as many touches on the ball as they need in order to get it in. Why?
That was incredible. What a play from Stellar.
I mean, I absolutely love that. I think that's another benefit of going for those, you know, topside assists of when you're going for plays like that, are you going for the assist? Are you going for the goal? Where do they want to commit? It's a great read option from Delaware to be able to judge. Let's see how the defenders react, and from there, we're able to either take the ball in or just start around here, though. Ooh. Coolest guy being the coolest guy on Howard, putting them right back in this game.
Oh my goodness, cool as a mountain lake. Kind of giving them a little bit of their own medicine too with the double tap off the near post. Very similar to the goal we just saw out of Stellar on the other out of odds on the other side, rather. Not the Stellar goal, wasn't quite similar to that, but it was similar to the odds goal we just saw. Odds now looking to do the same thing, pass it off to Stellar in the middle. But you gotta love it, the Bison's coming in with two, but Scooter wastes no time finding an answer.
Another one from Stellar here, just a hover in the air, set it on up, drops it down to. I mean, they're like the mailman right now with how much they're just dropping it in the slot every single time.
And it's a good reminder that these players have sights set on CRL, and they have that kind of skill behind them. I mean, it's what little I've gotten to talk with some of these players this season. I mean, teams like Delaware and like NAU who are coming up after, you know, specifically we're talking about, you know, CRL is the goal, and they have the chops to do it. You can see Delaware are giving full respect to Howard here. Collapse into the corner. Good clear, though.
Yeah. Once again, it's
get the touch.
It's that midfield presence that Howard's really straining on.
Bubble Boy just whiffed that. I mean, just tried to get too fancy on it and just clip it a little bit and absolutely whiffed it. Completely gave up the ball. That led to that. An unfortunate mistake that, of course, Delaware's going to capitalize on that. The Blue Hens aren't going to miss an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's... I'm not super against going for those fancy plays. You got to hit some of the high percentage, low percentage options here, especially, you know, being down by only one with 2 minutes left. Might as well go for some of those high percentage plays. You've got time to fix it if it goes wrong. Like,
oh, it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. Yeah. No, okay. It was the right play for Bubble. Like the attempt was there. Like the vision was there. You got to love the vision. That's the most important part. But no, unfortunately, execution was a little lacking, and Delaware turned it around. And what was a tie game has quickly flipped into a 4-2 lead for Delaware.
I mean, what's the saying? If you've got a great plan, you win half your fights. If you have great execution, you win the other half. But they're missing out on the execution side of that plan, and now no one's home. Can they get there in time?
Oh,
no,
the
fake.
Guy
cannot. Little floater into the goal will do it.
Yeah, kind of felt. Was that Coolest Guy breathing down their neck? Yeah, Scooter just kind of floats it off the other direction. Puts it the left side, so Bubble Boy can't get to it from the opposite. I mean, what awareness here from the Blue Hens. And a well-earned 5-2 with just under 90 remaining.
And just so good at giving themselves options. Like, they're just so good at reading the defense and putting themselves into position where they're able to read the defense. At no point are they ever committed to one plan of action. They've always got multiple stuff going on, waiting to see. Oh, that doesn't feel like that should have rolled in.
I mean, that's just the slightest angle.
Oh,
it's obviously not
Coolest Guy.
Yeah, that's not what Coolest Guy was trying to do. Obviously, I think it was trying to either clear it out of the corner, or you know, maybe it just got a little bit behind them. They were hoping to bounce it the other way, but you know what? It happens. And this game has truly, the series have surely gotten away from the Bisons. But I mean, it was hard fought, and they put up not only their first goal of the season here, Loki, but they got 2 more as well against a very, very difficult Blue Hen squad. Great save from Flash here.
And I mean, I think this is the perfect game to go ahead and look at and like do your VOD review, do your adjustments. Oh, Scooter!
Yeah.
Absolutely stealing it right there. No chance. Bubble Boy thought they were set up. They thought they had time to get to the ball. Scooter taking the name of Flash and putting it to work.
But it was just a kind of a Sophie's choice there for Bubble Boy. Had 2 attackers coming in, one just sitting, waiting patiently. And before I can even finish talking about 1 goal, Scooter's just gonna go ahead and put another one in. Is it Stellar to Scooter? The S&S connection. Or at least 1 last time. Could be 1 more. I don't know. It could be second to last time, the way these 2 are playing.
I mean, yeah, Delaware right now feels like they're trying to see how high the scoreboard can go. At what number does it break? Delaware wants to find out. We've got scientists in the chat, y'all.
Well, Scooter's got 5. Odds with 1. If my math is correct, that leaves Stellar with 2. Beautiful showing here for the Blue Hens. Again, I'd say you don't change what you're doing here in the last 20 seconds. If you're Howard, use this as an opportunity to see if you can put 1 more in your favor, so you can get this high-powered offense of Delaware out of your zone here in these closing 10 seconds. But noticeable improvement from the Bisons today. A lot to say. I think it would be an excellent match to VOD review right here, and look forward to see what the Bisons have for the rest of the season. But the Blue Hens will even up their record here in week 2 and find their first win of season 5.
Yeah, amazing match from Delaware there. Stellar coming away with a glut of goals. I got to learn today that 5 goals is called a glut. Delaware scoring so many goals, I'm having to look up vocabulary words in order to describe it. I mean, just an absolutely amazing showing. But I can't even really give it all the credit to Stellar with how well the team was working together. It looked like a well-oiled machine. Every single person knew exactly where everyone else was. Amazing job reading the defense. Amazing job setting up all of the options. I mean, that's just a perfection match almost from Delaware there.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't ask for much more from him. And a feel-good match for the Blue Hens after last week's loss. Definitely coming off of a tough loss. You love to see it. Well, and you know she loves to get to talk to our winners. We're going to get a little interview with Stellar here. Give us a minute to get that set up. We'll see you on the other side of a quick break. All right, friends, we are back, and we do have Stellar in for an interview here from the Delaware Blue Hens. Stellar, thank you for taking time to join us. Congrats on the dub, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
Coming into this season, coming into season 5, what's some of the goals from the Blue Hens? What do you got your eyes on coming into this next season of EGF?
Well, I think at the start I was like, guys, we're gonna go undefeated. This is our year, and then week 1 kind of just went down the gutter for us. So I think for now, the goal is to win as much as possible and do it in fashion. But I think this week was a good week to sort of up the morale after last week.
No doubt.
Yeah, I mean, you looked absolutely amazing, especially you and Scooter together looked amazing. How do you build a connection like that?
We live together. That's about the best answer
I
I
mean,
can give you.
yeah, you really can't get closer than that.
Yeah, we're very good friends outside or off the pitch as well. So we know how each other play as well, and if you give us space, then we'll probably find each other.
Loki did the SNS connection during that broadcast, and it seemed very apt. I mean, you can tell the synergy is insane, and the communication is very, very good. It's what was something, speaking of communication and synergy, what was something coming off of that match from NAU? I mean, y'all scored the same amount of points throughout the series. I mean, it was a super close match there in week 1. What was something that you learned from that match to take into the rest of the season to win as many games as you can?
I think it's definitely just like trying to communicate like where we are on the field, because we noticed like afterwards our rotation was very bad during that series. We gave them way too much space. We weren't like calling each other off, or our challenges were bad, stuff like that. So I think like after that it was a good learning week to try and get the rotations as sharp as we want, and other small things on the field like that you don't like notice when you are like playing.
I mean, those small details, the difference between making CRL or not. I mean, those little details are everything. And also just huge shout out on the ceiling flip reset goal where you just like beat all 3 people during that series. That was the best goal I've seen in a while. So just that was amazing. Like, yeah,
Thank you.
That blew my mind, man. That was incredible.
Oh no, I mean, we've totally got to see the highlight reel from you after this game. Like, if we don't see Delaware Twitter, shouting you out,
that one where Scooter pre-jumped me and I passed it back to him and he scored, we were freaking out. I couldn't believe that happened. That was like our peak.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was nuts. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you get out of here, my friend?
Shout out to my mom, who I think is watching, my family, stuff like that, my brother. I can't just say my mom. Any friends who are watching, anyone from UD, and my biggest fan, Morales.
Morales. Good. All right. Yeah. Well, hey, thank you so much for talking with us. Much love to the fam out there. That support is so important and so very wholesome. Look forward to talking to you more throughout this season. Still, keep playing like that. I have no doubt we will see you here in Winner's Interview many more times. But that is just one of 4 games we have here today, Loki. We are going to take a little bit of a break. When we come back, we have Northern Arizona University taking on University of Cincinnati. Return more EGF. Week 2 continues here in EGFC Season 5. It's Jeff and Loki back here for our second match of the day. Coming up, 2 powerhouses here in EGF, both coming off of wins. One hard-earned, one not so much. Northern Arizona, the Lumberjacks coming out of Flagstaff, taking on the Bearcats coming out of Cincinnati.
Yeah, Lumberjacks managed to chop down Delaware last week, getting them their win. Meanwhile, Cincinnati showed up and managed to bag a forfeit win. And, hey, the best things in life are free. Cincinnati taking advantage there. Both of these teams coming off amazing seasons last year, though. Cincinnati winning 13 out of 16 games. Meanwhile, NAU winning 14. Both as well having very similar playoff runs, making it to top 8 before we saw we saw NAU getting knocked out by kind of the golden darlings of last year, Butler squad that managed to go on an insane run. Meanwhile, Cincinnati made it all the way to semis before they got knocked out. So they've got they've got some wrongs to right this season. They've got the final doorstep that they got to, they just weren't able to open the door. And if they want to set themselves up for another one of those playoff runs, it all starts here early in the season, going up against two of the top teams. You really got to set your name right here and now.
Yeah, and both these teams, hungry for that top spot and definitely have the talent to get it done here as we look at these rosters. Castillo has graduated, and they still lineup. They picked up Beast really in spring of last season, and they've already got some built-in synergy. Chronicle and Beast have known each other for a bit. So, though Beast is for EGF, the synergy is already there in the Lumberjack squad and expecting big things, especially after that big win last week over Delaware, who we just saw is pretty darn good in their own right. Now, looking at the other side, all three of these players played quite a bit last year, though they are without their captain from Season 4. D-Hack's nowhere to be seen, as the Bearcats will have to continue on here in this new iteration. And this is our first time getting to see them on stream this season, so we'll see what they've got for us here this year.
Yeah, should be interesting to see new lineup. It's always interesting trying to adapt from losing a captain. It's usually the person kind of the linchpin of the team, getting everyone together. If you don't have a coaching staff, they're the person generally running, VOD reviews, coaching sessions, getting everyone all together. Without that, that can be a huge change going into the next season, though. For NAU, though, who we have already seen, talked a little bit about Beast. He's living up to the name so far. I mean, usually when we see rookies come in, it takes them a couple weeks to get set up. Not in this case. Beast went wild in week 1, absolutely showing up the competition against a very, very strong squad. Looking for a repeat of here this week as we go to the kickoff. Oh, Chronicle already, no one's home, sends it on through on the kickoff.
Yeah, and we were talking about captain stepping up. Chronicle picking up the captain role here for NAU this season and finds a 3-second goal. Got a chance to chat with Chronicle a little bit last week. Says sights are really set on qualifying for CRL. I mean, this squad, they got a lot of talent. They know it, and they want to make the best of it. They got goal number 2 in 8 seconds, Loki.
I mean, hey, if they've got Chronicle on the kickoff, that just makes sense. The K&K connection. We had the SNS last time. This time, the connection we're going to isn't even a player. It's a mechanic. And NAU making great use of it. 4 seconds apiece for these goals. They're coming quicker than lightning. As Sai already trying to even it back up. These kickoffs are intense.
Oh, make no mistake, Cincinnati is a ruthless squad. This team is very high-octane offense, and they are going to put it on in NAU. They will get a volley of shots. At least that's what they're aiming for. NAU has managed to stop them for now. Ooh, nice little bounce off the backboard. Shot goes. Beast finds goal number 3.
Yeah, this is just absolutely insane from NAU here. Talk about a full court press. The speed at which the Lumberjacks are playing right now is wild. Do keep in mind, though, if there's a team that can come back from a deficit like this, it's absolutely the Bearcats. They had the 3rd most points out of any team last season.
Yeah, they are a high-scoring squad. Absolutely no doubt there. Barry's going to just put one towards the net. Galaxy's going to go up for it, but doesn't get the touch. Beast will come over, kind of bail him out a little bit. But off the wall side, sends it back down. And here comes the Bearcats trying to set up.
Need to find something here. Got to get this clock started quickly. Barry doing a great job of keeping the ball on their end. Sai going for the shot.
Beautiful.
Finds it past 2 defenders.
right over the top of him. What a perfectly placed ball from Sai. Love the patience on this. Just didn't rush it. Gets the nose of the card down just in time and slots it right in the upper 90. Completely beats both defenders. And Cincinnati have tons of time to continue to make up this 2-goal deficit that they've already cut down.
I'm feeling like we're going to see a barn burner here. Already the offense is working again, trying to keep that score rising higher and higher. Frick manages to get past one defender. Can they get the cross pass? Beast? Not really. Beast doesn't manage to really get a takeaway, though. Barry tries to get out past Chronicle. Not going to find it. A little bit of a Delaware setup there on the style, but no second person to help him out. Going to be going the other way. Second midfield a little bit right now. No worries. There's Frick coming to the cause as Galaxy picks it right back up, and we're back on Cincinnati's end.
Yeah, Chronicle making that save. He could have had that look of, I saw this a lot last week. I know how to block this ball. Chronicle was in the perfect place. Knew exactly where that bounce was going. Beast, a beautiful waterfall over the top, but Chronicle just has to settle for scooping it in off the outside. Can't get in front of the goal, but Galaxy is able to put one in. Just didn't have a lot of heat behind it.
Yeah, I mean, getting those high-powered shots is really, really hard thing to do, I feel like, against a defense as strong as this. You're never in the position you want to be in. It almost always is making it work rather than, finding the opening. Here, Frick trying to make it work past the defender, not really going to find anything. NAU brings back up. They're able to keep this ball on to Cincinnati's side, but, can this arc in? No, it's way too high.
Incredible play by Chronicle during the 2v3 down their own end. Here comes Galaxies with the demo, trying to create a power play on the other side. Chronicle not going to be able to keep it there. Barry reads the ball along the corner. Pass all the way to the other side. Frick going up for it. Beast is going to beat him to it. Ball hasn't cleared yet. Galaxy will push it to the outside. Beast grabs a big old pot of gold and the ball as well. Once the double tap, Sai's going to block it. Galaxies gets the rebound.
I mean, absolutely wild there. I love Beast going for that setup. It's the same play that we've seen scoring goals for these teams time and time again. Bounce off the back wall on the outside, brings it towards the middle, and then that finds the goal. I mean, it's just, if you're playing the goal and you're playing the shot more than you're playing the pass, it's always going to find the opening. It's just another one of those options that you can set up time and time again. Frick there doing a great job of fighting that ball away as Barry's trying to take it the other direction. And as we're watching this, I really feel like the game's going to be decided by that battle at midfield. Both of these teams with such a high-powered offense. I feel like that kind of time of possession, time keeping it on the other team's end, keeping that pressure on is really going to be what decides it here, as if you give either of these teams enough time, they're going to score on you.
Little space opened up. Frick now has Galaxy's beat. He's able to keep it in, but just not a lot of backup. I think teammates were looking for resources. There he is back there to clear this out. Only about $1.20 left, and Cincinnati still finds himself down by 3. Good steal from Sai, though. Might be able to beat Galaxy's in. It's Frick coming in. That one goes off the post.
I'm not finding it. 1 minute now. Need to get moving. Sai here. Nice. Almost finds it off the top bar. Not quite going to be able to set it up. Now Galaxy's going to the other end. Keep in mind, the more they can push it into Cincinnati's zone, the more time's going to tick off. Doesn't even matter if the shots get saved. It's just extra seconds bleeding away. Bearcats here really need to find an advantage against Father Time. And this might just do it. Side of Barry right on through.
Barry putting that one right in the middle, threading the needle off this gorgeous feed from Sai. Look at that center. And then Barry's going to drop it right over Beast's driver's side window, making it very difficult to find that angle. He's kind of guessed right and ended up having to cut it left the final second. Not able to get to it. Gets a piece of it, but not enough. Cincinnati are not done with this game one yet, Loki.
1v3. Frick tries to take it to the sky. Not going to find it. This just keeps bopping right up into the air. Sai here trying to go up to find it. Not going to do it. Chronicle with the setup. There it is from Galaxies.
Hat trick for Galaxies. And NAU, well, they find the answer immediately. Look at that setup. Chronicle makes that look easy. Look like they were just attached to the wall with the turnaround and the perfect feed, just skirting along the line all the way to the back post. NAU masterfully claimed their lead back, and it didn't take them any time at all. Looking like they're going to run away with this first game of the series.
Almost a dunk there from
Barry.
Galaxy. Barely gets it away. As Barry tries once again to set it up in this corner to get past the defender to make it work. That might be enough, but not if you've got Beast in your way. Now that's just gonna be time. Looks like 5-2 most likely gonna be the end as Chronicle tries to get away from everybody. They're gonna be able to. The ball finds the ground. And what a game one. And that's just wild.
8 to 9 shots favoring the Bearcats, but 5 of those 8 going in for NAU. It just shows you how dangerous they are. And you know what impresses me the most is just how well B slots into this roster. I mean, you watch him play, and it doesn't feel like a new addition. It feels like a player that's always been there. It feels like a part of the machine that has just always been there.
No, I mean, we saw this in week 1. They look even better this week. They look like they have the chemistry of the Delaware squad that we just saw. And that squad's been playing with each other for 2 years. This man's a rookie bringing it into the league and could not be more intense. And I feel like the intensity that he brings, that aggression that he brings, fits in perfectly with this NAU squad that wants to keep the offensive pressure on. They're really, really good about getting it to the other end and finding their perfect shot. 5 out of 8, that's over 50% of their shots going in, up about 60. Normally, we see that number somewhere around like 40 or 30 with just people throwing shots in over and over and over, trying to find the opening. This time, no need to go find the opening. You can just create your own if you're NAU right now.
Well, and this isn't unusual either. This has been a consistent thread with this Lumberjack squad that we saw through Season 4 that led them to that 14-2 season. They're extremely methodical on when and how they set up their offense and execute and finally commit to it. They do not want to give over possession for a low percentage shot. Very calculated team, very surgical team. Makes them a very dangerous team.
Yeah, absolutely. Here is the Bearcats trying to push to the other end. So far, after one game, whoever scored first won. So, it's a lot harder to win when you start off the game down 0-2 before the clock's really even ticking. Ooh. Barry shows them how sweet they can be as they slide in that goal.
What a cool read. Forget the bounce pass over the top, but Barry able to just find the angle, kind of angles the car up to get close to the wall, to be able to close that gap a little bit. Clever move out of Barry to make that one happen, and this is the Cincinnati Bearcats who strike first in game 2.
And that might just do it. When you're a goal up, the intensity that you can bring is so much more. You can always, really go for those 50-50s, go for those, percentage plays. What a spawn from Barry to trip up Galaxies.
A good thing, too. Otherwise, that's the whole team beat, and Cincinnati are all in the corner. Chronicle with a nice move, but Sai reads it, gets up to it. Barry's going to challenge. Ball bounces out of the corner. Galaxy wants it. We'll tap it back down, but nobody there to recover.
Now got to push the other way. 2 players home from NAU. Gonna get past one with the demo, and that might just set up everyone else, but what an amazing clear from NAU here. Lumberjacks to get it away. That's so good. Those long, high clears that take a lot of time. When you've got the demo, or the regroup your team, get everyone back, and Sai, how do you keep that one out of the goal?
That's playing the attacker, not the ball. Sai was all over that. That was a difficult save. Sai made it look easy. Cincinnati maintained their lead. Chronicle with a big though. Sai once again denies them.
Sai is running this defense right now. Frick with another demo. Cincinnati can take that one up. That might just do it. Barry's right there. Don't worry. Sai's got the rebound. Can't get the dunk. Frick, one last chance. No, not gonna find it.
Cincinnati rotating.
From NAU, they built a wall with their cars in front of the goal.
I don't think Cincinnati's done with this, though. NAU had to spend a lot for that. And now they're backpedaling. Beast is able to have, has enough boost, fortunately, to get him to challenge that ball. But Sai is right there once again. And Sai's going to sneak it in. Goal number 2.
Little thread from the corner that the Bearcats have is so insane. The goal there from that angle is about a pixel wide. And every time Cincinnati is able to just slide along the wall, find that one touch that they need to. I mean, it's like they're closing a sliding door with how smooth it is on the lateral. Oh, Beast!
That center was smooth as silk as well.
Smooth.
Galaxy had that one set up. Perfectly timed to beat the challenge. Read that one like a book and perfectly placed. Beast right there with that synergy we were talking about. NAU right back into this thing at the halfway mark from game 2.
I mean, hey, we were wondering what happened to the kickoff goals. Hadn't seen one thus far. Here they are, folks. There's a demo.
Yep.
What an opening made on the offense.
You could drive a semi-truck through that. Talk about an opening. There is nobody home. There's no defenses. The portcullis has been smashed down. Castle has been, well, plundered by NAU. We are tied up, and it was back-to-back goals. It took about 10 seconds there, Loki.
I mean, that's just... Normally we see demos as a way like, oh, they can, push pace a little bit, or this is an opportunity to get more resources. No, that time the demo was just removing the defense. NAU was like, we're really tired of you people blocking our goals, so I'm just going to ask you to leave. And with no one home, Beast is there again.
Putting up back-to-back goals, and man, what an impressive rookie. So far, Beast is maybe my favorite player that we have seen, or favorite newcomer to EGF here in Season 5 with an outstanding goal there. 3 unanswered from the Lumberjacks, and they take the lead with 2 minutes to go.
I don't give awards, but if we did, I think Beast is my favorite rookie of the year right now. I mean,
it's still early, but what an impressive starting, and talk about impressive. Let's look at this goal again.
I mean, takes it up to the top rope, slams it down. No one is home. Beast trying to get there. I feel like open goal with the offense taking advantage is the name of the game at the moment. I mean, every time it's just been... Once the defense is beat, neither team really seems to have an answer, and Galaxies beats them this time. My God.
This has just turned into a slugfest here in game 2. Nice block, but can't control the rebound. Galaxy is there on the far corner to pick that one up, and these two continue to go back and forth. And now you have the lead and the kickoff.
I feel like high-scoring games, this is the place to be, especially high-scoring games off of the kickoff. NAU, with, I think, half of their points in this game off of kickoff goals. Rick now trying to set this one up. This is the slowest offense that we've seen in a while. More than 2 passes before the ball goes in. As it slides into the corner there, Frick trying to cross that up. They got to get past Beast first, though. Not going to happen. And Barry not fast enough to keep this one alive. Oh, once again, no one's home. Can Barry get there fast enough? No, they can't. Beast almost gets it past Frick. 2
double demo.
So open. Can they get there? No. What an amazing play by Barry to keep it alive.
They're holding a 1v3, now tearing it all the way down. Sai has to come across and get the save here. NAU want this counterpunch once more. Beast gets stuffed on the line. Still has control of this ball and has Chronicle in the middle.
Huge float up into the air. Galaxies trying to push through. Chronicle, are they there? No, Barry's got the save once again. Barry, the backbone of the defense, keeping it sweet here as chances the Bearcats stay alive. Another save for Barry as they're in position, but look at this. Everyone for the Bearcats backed up by their own goal. Can they get there fast enough? No, the rotation just wasn't there.
Barry's on the back end of this. Nice touch from Beast. Back and forth, 13 on the clock. Cincinnati need this ball right now. Frick, not enough. That's not going to give it to him. Galaxy's push into the corner. Might have sealed the deal. Size managed to escape. Can they get past Chronicle? No. Chronicle wins the 50. And NAU come back against the Bearcats and put themselves on match point.
NAU looking like giants right now. And Cincinnati, Barry's almost the giant slayer they need, but roll 1 goal away at the moment. I mean, this is exactly what we wanted. We asked for high scoring, high octane, high performance Rocket League. You're getting it right here, right now. I mean, why even try to play defense at this point? Just go for the goal every single time, all offense, no matter what.
Yeah, that one turned into just all haymakers, no defense. Towards the end, just two prize fighters just smashing each other in the chin, see which one's gonna fall over first. Well, it looked like NAU had the tougher draw there in game number 2. And really kind of going against what I was talking about. They're being calculated and surgical. I mean, they just went into full blown throw everything at them and it'll go. That was a lot of fun to watch, though. I mean, it seemed to go tit for tat. We saw a bit of the mind games. I love what we were seeing out of Galaxies and Psy. Galaxy doing the little stop maneuver to get the centering pass. Psy responds with almost the exact same play moments later to get a goal the other direction. Despite it being a 2-0, these two teams feel very evenly matched.
Absolutely. I think they both adopted the strategy of you don't need to block punches if your opponent's on the floor. You know? If you just get to them first, they can't hit back. And Cincinnati right now trying to set that one up. Frick, oh, just barely off target. Couldn't find the control on the ball that they needed. Now Chronicle sets it up. Some teammates right there. Galaxy's trying to get past side. Not going to happen. Beast in midfield, though, gets it to Barry. B to the back to the other end of Cincinnati. Galaxy's trying to set it up with the cross, but the defense from the Bearcats side once again right there in time.
Yeah, Psy's been absolutely outstanding today. And a big touch to kind of slow down this offense. But Chronicle coming in and trying to capitalize on this demo over the top, but Barry is there.
I don't think I've ever seen a team incorporate demos into their offense nearly as much as NAU has.
Their adaptation is crazy. I mean, like this is like their specific game plan for the Bearcats, because the Bearcats have a way of making you go into those toe-to-toe haymaker kind of chaotic games. That's what the Bearcats want. That's not what the Lumberjacks want. So the Lumberjacks are adapting by getting really physical, and you love to see it.
I mean, I think they figured out, hey, this Bearcat team, they're fast. They're going to be in the position that they want to be in. And so we really need to focus on the physical part of the game. We need to get the bumps. We need to get, those huge demos in order to force them out of position. And thus far, it's been working. Here, though, we've had Haymaker versus Haymaker this entire game. 2 minutes gone and no goal. Granted, in the last game, the majority of those goals came in the back half after both teams had a chance to adjust to the adjustments, if you will. But
yeah, kind of settle into the new style of the game.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they're both incredibly smart teams. Like we've seen them adapt so incredibly much.
Well, Cincinnati feel like they haven't really been able to get out of their own end, and Chronicle finally you see the results of overwhelming pressure and what was a very suffocating offense from NAU here to kick things off in Game 3, able to find the first goal of Game 3.
I mean, once again, though, it comes down to the physical play. As we saw right there, Galaxies screened out the Cincinnati defender to open up the goal. It wasn't open. Had Galaxies not been there, Cincinnati could have very easily just slid to the side, used the boost, got it in the range. But no, Galaxy, a brick wall there, opening up the goal for NAU. Oh, Barry!
Barry sneaks one over the hood of the defender. This ties us right back up. Didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you, Lumberjacks?
Making Beast look like they're out of straw right there. A bounce off of the roof of their car for the goal. Talk about knowing your angles. Oh, a quick Beast kickoff, though. That might lead to more. We've seen that game, but not this time. Cincinnati's adapted to it. We're going to see them right back in the middle of this pitch.
Yeah, Bearcats seen that play before, too. Bearcats starting to get a little physical. We saw a big bump kind of kicking off this play. We didn't really disrupt the NAU too much, but this shot might... Oh, it goes wide.
Oh, you got to find those opportunities. I mean, catching NAU in the rotation there where they're all looking at the offense, getting it right past. Those are once in a lifetime, it feels like. Great job by Psy there. Not only getting the goal away, but allowing enough time for a reset. Can Barry find this one? Yep, no trouble there. And into the corner. Psy is going to have a chance to try to move it back to this NAU end. Once again, Galaxy with these 50-50s is just insane.
And as Psy with another big contact, I think Psy's had enough of getting bullied and starting to return some of that physicality. And it's how they got the steal and how they got into the blue territory here, though. Galaxy looking to get NAU right back out. Beast gets it stolen off their hood, though. Rick, Psy working in out of the corner and have a little space. Chronicle with a nice move, able to steal it away.
Both of these teams have slowed down so much, not off of their offense, but off of the great play of the defense. You've seen both of them committing a lot more resources to that, as well as committing a lot more to the car, not to the ball, which has really shut down a lot of the big passing games that these top-level teams like to do. Oh, that's both cars
calculated
on that
totally
one.
Calculated that they meant to do that, Loki.
The misdirection.
Yeah, it's all the mind games. It's all about the mind games.
That Galaxy's here trying to set it right back up into this corner. Gonna find Frick to Sai to off of the wall. No. NAU put a stop to that one, trying to chop down this tree that is the Bearcats offense. Right now back to their own corner, and they set it up to go back the other way. They gotta get past two defenders. Kinda got past Galaxy's, not gonna get past Chronicle.
Really good control from Beast. The momentum is so awesome. Seems to always be at the right place at the right time. We take a look at the newcomer there. Galaxy's touch back to midfield. Frick's gonna win that 50. Those it drifts towards the blue half. 20 to go in his tied game.
Might see golden goal here. 20 seconds on the clock. Stuck in NAU end. Frick doing a good job of keeping that way. No, Chronicle is gonna get back there in time. Going for the ball in the air. Gonna knock it away from the goal opportunity, but not knock it away from Cincinnati possession. Sai needs to get it going the other way. Chronicle up in the air. Final cross opportunity. Frick says no. Gotta play volleyball now, and it's overtime, baby.
Galaxy's is waiting for that ball, too. Happens to drop it on the left side. Frick right off the kickoff. Fortunately, Chronicle did not go anywhere. Was not looking for boost. Sai punches it back in. Good contact from Galaxy's, and it's a battle in midfield here to start OT. Our first OT of the day here on this.
I feel like at this point, you've got to push the offense. It's been what's working for you. It's been what's scoring goals. The best way to play this one is that all-in offense that we saw in the first two games. Go back to what's working. Go back to what's putting points on the board and find this game-winning goal. NAU looking to put it away. Cincinnati needing a new lease on life. One goal might just give it to them. First, they got to get out of their end, though. B's making that hard. Opportunity for a cross here. Is anyone in position? No. Everyone looking for resources. And Cincinnati with an opportunity to take it the other way.
It almost looked like an intentional flick back. That was a crazy move. Bounce worked out in NAU's favor. And yeah, they're going to get the goal in the back of it. Chronicle puts in the OT golden goal to take the series. Galaxy's with a good challenge. Chronicle, right place, right time. Beats the only defender they had to. And it's a clean 3-0 for the Lumberjacks. They move up to 2-0 here in Season 5. And they have taken down two very tough opponents to kick off Season 5 as well.
I mean, yeah, the only people that they're missing that was on the top of the leaderboard last season is UTA.
Yeah.
You know, they played two of the top 6 teams.
Oh, they have RIT next week. It's not getting any easier for NAU.
Yeah.
They have, and remember, a revamped RIT. Well, it's more like the old vamped. Well, it's the Jakob squad is back. I mean, and they're doing well.
Throwback vamped.
What's that?
A throwback vamped.
Throwback vamped. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, sure. And then let's see. NAU will have Montana State after that one. So if they get this win over RIT next week, NAU could have a 5-0 start to the season. They are looking so scary here, Loki.
Yeah, I mean, when you're going up against two of the teams that not only made playoffs but made that top 8 in the bracket, keep in mind there were 24 teams last season.
Right. One
of the teams making top 4. You've knocked both of them off in relatively clean fashion. You really can't ask for much more than that.
No, well, what we can ask for is an interview. So we're going to get an interview in here with our winners, talk to somebody from NAU. Who do we got? I have no idea who we got. Chronicle joined us. You're from NAU. Who do we got behind you there?
That's Galaxy's behind me.
Oh, hey, what's up? All right. Well, hey, we got a double interview. Hey, thank you so much for joining us, friends. Congrats
interview. You forgot Snorlax. Snorlax is very important.
He's right there.
I am so sorry, Loki. I am so sorry. Congrats on the dub, guys. How are we feeling?
Feeling pretty good. We were just having some fun, trying to go for cool stuff, and trying to have a flawless season.
You have to send me one of those jerseys. Tell Galaxy to send me one of those jerseys.
They need a jersey.
Y'all. Not your. You have to give me shit off your bag. Not your jersey. That's.
If it's your jersey, it better be signed.
Right. So far looking really good. Everything's been on point. How's integrating Beast been going? I think that's probably been the thing y'all have been working on. I would imagine how's that been going?
Yeah, it's been going pretty good. We've been trying to scrim at least 3, 4, 5 days a week to get it going, and then CRL and everything else. So we got a decent amount of playtime in with him, so we're pretty comfortable right now.
It looked like you hadn't missed a beat. I mean, it looked like y'all been playing together for years. It was a great start here.
Yeah.
The comfort that y'all are showing is absolutely insane, especially with that offensive attack that you have going. How do you set something like that up?
I mean, we just try to position for each other, and Galaxies does a pretty good job of trying to set us up and allow for those offensive plays to happen.
It's true. Hey, I mean, yeah, I've had at least one or two okay plays. Did all right. He did all right.
Yeah.
It looked like three very different games that we saw here. Like the styles from games 1, 2, and 3 looked vastly different. It looked almost like three different matches completely. What was your thought process going through the series? I mean, you started off very calculated and kind of what I'm used to seeing from y'all, and then game 2 got wild.
Yeah, I think as we get more comfortable in each series, we start to like let loose a little bit, and that's why you'd see our playstyle change, is because we're more comfortable and we just start feeling better and adapting to what's going on. That's why we play different. Because we
There's a lot
played
of fun
very
to watch. I mean, it
uptight
looked
and
like there was
safe in the
some-
first game.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like there was a lot more physicality in game 2 as well. Was that just kind of having fun, or was that kind of a calculated play against the Bearcats?
Yeah, so I mean, if it happens, it happens. We don't specifically try to do that, but sometimes it just comes out.
Sure. All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
I gotta say, I want to ask you about your emotions, because that was a long game. That was a tight game all the way throughout. Comes down to that overtime against a top team last year. You need one goal to put it all away. What's the emotions? What's the mental looking like in that kind of high stress situation?
We were honestly very relaxed, like not thinking about it at all. We just keep playing, and then if we win, we win. If we lose, we move on to the next one and try to win. Try not to think about it that much, or else you just get in your own head and you end up playing worse.
Yeah, just kind of stay in the moment and not get in your head.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're thinking about
I
it
mean,
too
that's-
much, then you just go south.
Well, you lose focus. You lose focus on what's important in the moment. You start
Yeah,
overthinking
for sure.
things. So, I mean, y'all seem to be 3 steps ahead of the curve so far here. So keep up the good work. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you get out of here?
Shout outs probably just NAU in general, my family and friends, and then everyone that supports us, and of course you casters for always doing a great job.
Chronicles the GOAT.
And we'll look
thank y'all
forward to
so
seeing you guys
much.
next
Hey,
week.
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. Absolutely. Likewise, my friend. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
All right, there you go. A very lovable NAU squad there. Coming off of back-to-back wins against very tough opponents and a strong start. I mean, I set all the way at the top here in EGFC. Oh, and hey, that puts us halfway done with our evening here. We will be taking a little bit break and we'll be handing off the baton to a pair of new casters. When we return, let's see what we got. I'm scrolled way far down here on my list. Taking on a University of Connecticut when we return.
Welcome back to another half of the EGFC stream today. My name is Flater, and with me in the casting booth is UpCon. New faces, new games, and new universities coming up to face each other in these Rocket League Best of 5 series. UpCon, what are we thinking?
I am really excited. This is going to be the week 2 of the KCAC. The previous week we had some amazing roster and some amazing series of 3-0, 3-1, and 3-2. I'm really excited and looking forward to see how the next 2 series are going to pan out. But for now, let's take a look after the entire schedule. 2 games have been done. It was Team Delaware and Team Lumberjacks who managed to get their win for this week. Now it's going to be Team Montana and Connecticut next.
Absolutely, Harvard University could not take a game against University of Delaware. I was watching the stream early, and I was surprised to see the kind of performance that Delaware is coming in with this season. Dominant, to say the least. Followed up with NAU as well, pulling in a 3-0 scoreline. The Lumberjacks 3-0 against the Bearcats, and that was another dominant game. Now, will the trend continue when we see Montana State University going up against Huskies from University of Connecticut next?
I think this is going to be an interesting series overall. Montana, I think I'm going to be seeing their first matchup in the week number 2. We have Connecticut, and taking a look after the entire roster, we have pros, we have Chef, we have Ham, joining in from the side of Montana State University, Shiro, Noah, and Lamb from Huskies. So it's going to be a BO5 series. I cannot wait to see how the action is going to pan out.
Absolutely. Best of 5 series, both the teams get a lot of time to understand what kind of team are they going up against, how do they need to put the mechanics in play, and how do they want to make this game theirs. So we will find out who's going to take the dub here, and I believe this is week number 2 of the new season. Really excited. It's always in these early weeks when you figure out, who has been tryharding, who's been warming up, who's been practicing the most in that off season. And finally, we get to see that today with some 2 dominant series in the first half. And now in the second half, let's see how does it pan out. First game of the best of 5 series coming up right now.
Team Huskies all set to take over Montana. It's a great kickoff, and in the middle, Shiro is going to find a big opportunity. Just one defender down, but the demo just comes in. But not the goal. It's going to be a ball towards the center as Ham lies by the middle. Who is no avail, loses the 50, but still, ball seems to be in the control of Huskies.
Montana State University currently in their own defensive half, trying to get out. Ooh, good save, but a bit of a double commit. Ham should be able to pick this one up. Going back to the midfield, U Connecticut 30 seconds in and a lot of dominant pressure. Not being able to convert it into a goal yet, but that could change right about now. Good save there from Chef. And if I remember correctly, EGFC has 2 Montana teams. I believe one is Montana State University and another one is University of Montana. So not to be confused with each other, both absolutely phenomenal teams. And today, MSU looking to take one series against UConn. But look at that, UConn is looking as scary as they come. Lamb, top right corner shot. What a pass from Shiro. And that's one way to open up the scoreline with a grand effort there, top right shelf. Beautiful plays from U Connecticut.
As you mentioned, we have 2 Montana. This week is going to be very important. In the week 1, they lost a very close series up against the side of Southern California in a 3-2 fashion. Well, Connecticut managed to find their first one. Just 1 minute down, Ham looks for the clearance, gets it, but Lamb just from the sideline comes to the middle looking for a pass, but Ham is going to instantly take it away. No, just nonetheless managed to still keep the hope alive for Sheep with a good fake. Demo does come in. Shrido is going to be taken down, but Lamb yet again managed to keep the ball in the possession for Team Connecticut.
Yeah, Lamb has been the heavy hitter so far. Ooh, Noah! Oh my god, he's not going to be feeling good about that one. Pretty good save coming in from Chef. And that's a phenomenal read. Pros. You get this pass down center. Noah just trying to do all the heavy lifting, trying to get this ball out of his own half as soon as possible, which he does. Back into the yellow corner we go, another 50 going in favor of U Connecticut. But as we go back to the midfield here, plays have calmed down after that first minute. U Connecticut, even after being as dominant as they were, not able to connect with most of the shots. The finishing touches not coming through just yet. Ham, a couple of good 50s there might lead to a goal. Beautiful overhead save coming in from Shell. following it up with a counterattack. Can they make it happen? Oh no. Oh boys, that's bad. Lamb comes in the clutch. Do we see a passing goal from MSU? They haven't had a lot of presence over on the offensive side. They can't let this opportunity pass away just yet.
Uh, 48 is gonna look for options, but what a shot from the side of Shiro as he finds the second for the side of Connecticut. Oh man, that was a big miss, I believe, from the side of Pros as he might have just run out of boost, but nonetheless, the second one is up for Connecticut and Team Montana not looking in the best position. Third kickoff of the day, 2 minutes remaining down the clock, and somehow, somewhere down the line, it has to be an answer back that has to come in. Desperations are going to strike in the final minutes, but will Montana manage to claw their way back up with a 2-goal deficit? That is something we'll have to wait.
And I just got to say one thing. Chef from MSU, he's got to start cooking. He's got to start cooking real quick. With just 100 seconds remaining, you're down by 2 against a team like University of Connecticut. Have been dominating the offensive side for quite a while. They don't seem to be stopping anytime soon. Shiro is going to get that boost as well. Oh, another demo. That's going to give MSU a bit of a struggle. Get out of their own half. Lamb, possibly a double touch attempt here. Ham, good read. Well, as we can see, the lack of boost is going to come to bite them back. A bump comes in. Will Chef be able to find the clear? Yes, he does, but at the cost of his life. Ham, he's got to start cooking. Pass it over to Chef, or rather Pros. Double touch is not connected. It was a 3-man passing play. Good attempt, but no shots going into the back of the net. No threats from MSU just yet.
Gets demoed. Yep, just to win the first 50, but doesn't keeps the possession. The only player in the back lines with Ham. Those manages to find the clear. They need the goal at this point. They do go in for the flick, but that is not going to happen as Noah is going to deny him. It's down to the final seconds. 35 seconds. Team Connecticut looking to close the first game here.
30 seconds. Time is of the essence here at MSU. Really gotta make somewhat of a comeback. Even if they don't win the game, some kind of consolation goal is absolutely needed here, but it is gonna be the opposite story. Yet again, Noah finds himself in front of the yellow net once again with so many openings, and all he needs to do is just slide flip into it. Another goal for you, Connecticut. 3-goal lead, and with 20 seconds remaining, they need at the very least 1 goal every 7 seconds to make this comeback. Is it possible? Is it statistically possible? In the words of Time to Light? No.
I think that should be done. But I think at least 1 goal could really, bring them a momentum. At least 1 goal could really bring that glory of hope. But nonetheless, I think it's about the ball now touching the grounds, and another attempt. Still hovering above the grounds. We still are waiting. Maybe a goal up next. Noah is going to keep things up. Chef managing to take the ball to the other half, and that is going to be the final touchdown. Team Connecticut manages to bring game 1 for themselves.
And look at that. Noah, the heavy hitter, they've got 3 shots, 1 goal, 33% accuracy there, 6 shots, 1 goal coming in from Shiro, and Lamb following it up with a single goal for himself as well. So a team effort, to say the very least, to get every single goal against Montana State University. Opcon, question for you. What they got to do to bring this game close?
Team Connecticut, I believe this isn't going to be, such a one-sided series. They do have Montana, who just got, a 3-2 scoreline from the previous week. This is a very important week for them. This is a very important series for them. Losing this series is going to pull them back so far in the entire race to be at the top position and make it up to the playoffs. But with that being said, second game is going to be up next, and the first game scoreline being of 3-0 is going to be real tough on if you're the side of Team Montana.
And, you really got to point out here, Montana State University, they have had chances of success, right? They have made offensive plays, but those finishing plays just do not come through. The finishing touches have always been a miss, and just because of that, no goals in the first game. Coming into the next ones, quality over quantity. I keep seeing this across so many Rocket League games, and I cannot stress it enough. Montana State University, if you're going for the counterattacks, make them count.
Exactly, but with that being said, it's in for the second game. It's an important one, and it is indeed the one that will decide, will we go for an equalizer, or is it going to be the series point up already after the second game for the side of Connecticut as pros. Only seconds attempt. There we go, Ham with another one. Gets 15. But still, Rose is going to come from the back lines. This seems to be a promising start, but will they be able to carry forward it for the rest of the game? Is the question, as Noah is going to go in for the demo that comes in from the side of Chef. Chef manages to clear things up, but Noah is going to manage to take the ball back. Rose with an instant clearance is going to still keep things alive. A big 50, but Chef misses it, and that gives a lot of maneuver to Connecticut.
And first minute in, no goals from either side. So a much better showing from Montana State University up until now, not being able to get out of their own half though. That remains a similar story. Lamb, second touch does not come through. Ham is there to come and clutch. Chef looking to follow this one up, pops it up high. Who's gonna get it? It's gonna be Pros. Losing a lot of boost there. Will he be able to follow it up? Ham's there to save the day. Flick over one. Noah needs the save. He follows it up as well, and UConn are gonna get out unharmed.
There wasn't any more follow-up, which led to this chance. Team Connecticut still looking to keep things up. Rose manages to get a redirect, but to his no avail. Misses by a mile. Lam from the back line comes forward. Shiro here to follow up. Passes it towards the Sats. It's going to be an easy receive for Chef. And Chef still keeping things up. Ham is going to pass towards the center. Kana looking to get the clearance, but desperation attempts from Connecticut are just not letting Dana get enough room.
True. He's got the read on the ball there, and just like that, Connecticut being able to get out of the harm's way as soon as they get into it. And you know, that's the difference. Montana State University, the consistencies in defense have been lacking a bit, but so far this game, everything has worked out just fine. Shiro, pass opportunity does come through. That's two players of MSU in the corner with no momentum. This could be an opportunity, but the demo coming in from MSU is gonna let them breathe relief. Oh, wow. Great demo there from Chef. It's gonna bring UConn back on the offensive sideline. Lamb, rather. Going high up into the air. Touching nothing. Shiro. Oh, that could be a good read. From the backboard at the top right corner. Shiro handling everything himself. The shot, the target, the goals, and the jukes from Shiro himself. 2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining. UConn is up by 1.
3 minutes inside the game. Connecticut, they find their first one. They're looking to step over to the second game, get the series point after this. Maybe if you have another plan, as Chef comes from the backboard, passes it up, but still it's a big white spin, and nonetheless, it's an answer back from Connecticut, who now look to put things in their own hands. Ball he'd been missed, but the pass is perfect, and there is another one. Noah finds the second for UConn, and this game seems, everything looks so in favor of Team Connecticut. There's nothing Montana are able to answer back, even after getting so many attempts on shot, even after getting so many opportunities. It's just that UConn has been as strong as in the defense as they are in offense.
And you know, it seems like UConn has been following the same formula for the past 2 goals. We talk about this one in just a second, but all they do is hit the ball on the backboard. MSU, well, they say, oh my god, this is gonna be troublesome. They lose the momentum, and UConn gets the open net. Here's another one though. This time, Shiro just reading the ball perfectly well. MSU not being able to reach it in time. And with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining, it's a pretty similar story as to what we saw in game number 1. UConn is up by 3. And they're not looking to back down anytime soon.
3 seconds, another shot. Oh, that was indeed a dangerous one that Montana saw coming. Nonetheless, big relief as Chef misses it. Lamb still keeping things up. Oh, a great pass to Hero. Still finds the clearance. It's all down to Ham. Ham versus Shiro. Ham wins it up. The ball in the sideline goes towards the center pass. 1 final minute remaining. As Pro still comes in from the back lines. A good redirect pass. A shot on target, but once again, it's these misses and it's these closure, which even Ghana are not able to do.
And closures really doing a number on MSU right now. We did see some good passing plays to set up a shot, but unfortunately could not bring it to the close that they were looking for. Chef, a lot of space to work with. He needs this score. Will he be able to find it? Oh, he was about to get demoed. Had to take the shot there. Lamb, good positioning. Back to the midfield. Zamboos to work with. Chef evading the demos and doing everything in his power to make that save, heading into the offensive side as well. But will they be able to follow it up? It doesn't really matter, because with 5 seconds remaining, there is no way that I see a team taking 3 goals. And as we hit 0, the ball is going to drop down to the ground, with U Connecticut taking game number 2 of the best of 5 series.
Would you have believed this is the team completely got demolished in the first week? They were up again. Coming down to this second week, it looks as if, UConn have worked so much in terms of their rotations, and there are so many less mistakes which tend to happen where Montana could really come up on top, where Montana could really tend to get those opportunities. 2 back-to-back 3-0s, and that puts us down to a series point. 1 more win, and that'll be 3-0 in the series too.
1 more, and then we'll follow the same trend that we have been following for the past few hours here in this week of EGFC. University of Connecticut, the way they've been playing, both of these know exactly how the offense works from the other side. Unfortunately, Montana, even if they're able to make the saves, they've not been able to take the goals back. And we cannot stress this enough. Those finishers need to come through. This is MSU's final opportunity to make something happen. Will they be able to make this comeback, or will this be yet another sweep?
What we witnessed from the previous week, once you are 2 map down, once you are 2 games down, you know for a fact you have nothing to lose. It's a do-or-die situation. You tend to go all in. Will that be the case for Montana? Love demos in the middle as Chef finds himself back towards the spawn, but Lamb still a good retouch. Bring the ball in the offensive net. Rose has to clear the cross and maybe get the ball towards the center, but there is a shot on attempt. Well, Ham is there to save it.
Noah, it's a good read over to Shiro. They're looking to maintain this offensive presence as much as possible. Pros is going to get the clear. Noah picks this one up. No second read for him, though. Ham passes it down center, and the second man should be there to receive that play. Unfortunately, MSU will send this ball into a corner where UConn will have no problems in sending it back to the midfield. Ham high up in the air, a lot of boost to work with, maybe even a flip reset. Lamb, all he needs is a single touch to get out of harm's way. UConn spending some time on the defensive side now. I love this from MSU. Yet again, we see UConn heading back onto the offensive side with not a lot of effort. And whenever they're on the offense, it just seems like they're about to score.
Exactly. This time, maybe a chance. Ghana, back-to-back, are just striking towards UConn's position. But this time, it's just down to 2 players as Steve Shell manages to find the 50. Pros is going to deny him. Or from the back line, looking for clearance. Goes towards the air dribble. Wins the 50. Lamb follows up well. Is that a pass towards the center? Well, no is the answer, as Ghana still keeping things up. A quick pass right on target. But it's going to be Noah who will still be defending it well. 3 minutes remaining. Both the teams are still looking for the first one.
Lamb, as you mentioned, still looking for the first one. And, this is such a better game than what we saw in the last 2. MSU have had no problems in making those saves. But, we could see them struggle just a bit. But here's a chance for them once again to find the net. And the third man fails to connect it into the back of the blue net here. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Halftime. Still at 0-0 from both sides. Who is going to take the first goal? Because it seems like that team might just be the one who'll take the game, because the low-scoring games like these do not come often, especially in like almost sweeping series. Chef, will he be the one to get MSU that first goal? Let's find out. Lamb putting it back to the midfield. Pros picks this one up. Here's another opportunity for MSU. Bump, plays Ham. No shot connecting yet again. And UConn breathes a sigh of relief as they go back to the midfield. And we are still at 0-0.
And it felt like he was all up against himself. Such a big chance. All the three players from UConn defending it well, but no one to really charge up. Well, Shiro good for the first one, but there is a retouch. There's no one to defend, as Shiro just managed to get the readjustment back towards the center. But to his no avail, MSC has been looking completely a different team right now. They have been putting so much pressure on the offense. 175 seconds remaining as Chief still manages to keep things up. Gets a demo, 2 players remaining from UConn. Goes back towards the center. Lamb looking for the mid. But nonetheless, the demo and the push are just on the verge of putting Team UConn down to some disadvantages. In the final minute, one more demo. Could this be the window which Team MSC needed for the first goal is the question.
50 seconds. It all comes down to this last minute here. MSU needs to get out of their own half pretty quickly. Pros, with some effort, is he gonna do just that? Chef gets to clear. That's a banger towards the blue net. Shiro there for the save. Ham looking to pick this one up. Sends it to the center. Chef. Passing plays are there. Not being able to build them up with a lot of power. So it does just mean giving the ball back to UConn and hoping for the best.
Looking to get some control down to the final 20 seconds. Another demo. Would this be an overtime game or is it going to be an end? Second goal is a big question. Nonetheless, it's going to be a pretty entertaining one to watch out for. As the corner pass, it does happen to come in. Pros looking for the first one, and yes, it is. The 7-second goal, and Messi finally manages to find their first one. The first leap of step has been taken in the series. They have to just wait 6 more seconds to take us to game number 4. UConn might have not seen it coming, but still, they have a kickoff to answer back.
MSU, with so much effort, they finally decide to get that 1-goal lead when it mattered the most. Montana State University are not going to go out just like that. This is not going to be a sweep. This is a different story. MSU takes game number 3, and we're still very much in the series.
Exactly. That was a big series. That was a big win. Like, I think after getting back-to-back 2 losses, the changes and, getting the entire momentum in this game was much needed. If not, it would have been yet another big loss for the second week. And coming down to the second week, both this team have been having a very rocky start in the first one. I think at one place, we have University of Connecticut who lost 3-0 up against RIT. And when you take a look after what, like a team Montana State University had, they had a pretty big start. They were all the way up to win the entire series, only to get 3-2 in the first week. So, that was a big reverse setbacks that they happened to just find themselves in. But with that, we find ourselves up in the 4th game, a 2-1 scoreline indeed, and UConn still up in the series, looking to close things up potentially in game number 4, or else Team MSU continuing the do-or-die situation for themselves.
We are getting word that we have shifted back to the eastern servers as UConn did lose last game. Well, relocation does come into the picture here, and UConn is going back to east. 30 seconds into this one, we've got a 0-0 scoreline for now. Chef, good save, but that ball's up high in the air in front of the yellow net. This could be a goal. Pros, beautiful save in front of the yellow net. And with that, MSU is still at the 0-0 scoreline. They could start us off with another goal this time. Will they be able to do it? Noah picks this one up off the sidewall. Has not managed to connect with that second touch. And look at the speed coming in from MSU. They've got themselves so much space to work with, and an open blue net will give Montana State University goal number 1.
That's a big loss. UConn. Man, 40 seconds inside, and this is the way they get their first goal. MSU has been giving away one of their best chance, keep the lead, to get the start, and they have been looking dominant, it feels, from the previous game. Giving no chances. What we told for the side of U Connecticut, that the rotations are so good, they just do so less mistake that opens any window for the opponent to really capitalize on. From the sideline, goes towards the center, but Shido back to clear things up, passes the entire half. Noah, meantime, this is Lam still here to follow up. It's going to be all down to Ham, who will wait for the clearance. But Noah, all of a sudden, he finds it, looking for a double touchdown. Shredo comes in from the shot, but that is going to be Lam, who will get the third pass and who will give Team Yukon their first one in game number 4.
A quick turn here coming from University of Connecticut to get back into the game, and with 9 seconds in, U Connecticut have secured that first goal. MSU's lead was short-lived, but that doesn't mean they can't take it back. This is game number 4. Chef looking to send another one as a banger to the back of the blue net. That's gonna be easier said than done. Rose, a self-pass from the sidewall. Noah picks it up, takes it on to the midfield, where MSU is gonna pick this one back up again. Noah clear off the sidewall. What a 50 there from Noah. Has been single-handedly making sure that MSU gets no more opportunities, no more offense on the other side of the field. UConn struggling at the moment to get out of their own half, but that's gonna come soon. Here it is, midfield plays. No follow-ups from UConn, and MSU continues to maintain that offensive pressure.
There's just so much control for Team MSU. The moment you expect UConn to switch the half, another player. There we go. Once again, a big 50, another one. Rose will keeping things up. Follow up yet again from the side of Chef. Chef had a shot on target, but Noah, he's been the savior. He has been the defender. He has been that one goal, trying to keep every possible situation away from Team MSU. Once again, a swap towards the side, and that's going to be Lamb, who potentially would have been dangerous in the offensive net. Nonetheless, is going to be taken care of with the demo. Chef finds the first, but the 50 is going to be lost in the favor of UConn as the ball hovers around the opponent's net. UConn get a big miss from Shido, but have been a big opportunity. Still, there's no one at center. Ham is going to look to keep things up, but there is a big demo, there is a big chance. But yet again, to his no avail, there's going to be no one towards the center. The rotations from MSU are just too perfect. We are down to the final 80 seconds.
Chef. Oh, that's a pretty good pass there. Ham is going to find the connection as well, and he's going to take the goal. He's going to go right into the back of the blue net. And Chef, with a pass like that, you cannot expect nothing less from Montana State University. Great pass, great shot, and a great way to get that lead back here in game number 4. Montana State University want to take this to game 5. They don't want to back down so easily. UConn, do we see a response from them anytime soon, or will it be MSU all the way in the next minute?
Chef, big chance, and there he goes. Huge over and beyond. Montana State University might potentially take us to game number 5. BO5 hasn't been that one-sided lately. Whenever we are looking at the end games of the previous week, a 3-1, a 3-2, and then found herself up in the week 2 and the first game itself for this entire second half. It's going to be a 3-1 scoreline in the 4th game, putting Team MSU up towards the second potential win with a 2-2 scoreline. Team Connecticut would just be looking for readjustments, would just be looking to change things up. But these final seconds are the crucial one, because you just not manage to get yourself a single goal, or maybe potentially equalize, but also somewhere down the line in the back of your mind prepare for game number 5.
Oh, that's a good pinch here for MSU. That could have just have ended up into the goal. Chef. But will that be enough for U Connecticut to secure a goal? Because they need one right now if they want to make this comeback in the game. But with 10 seconds remaining, the chances of that happening are dwindling, and so is the chances of UConn winning the game in 4. We are going to game number 5. Montana State University woke up in the last possible moments, and woken up they have, because we are going to game 5. What could have been a straight 3-0 series has changed its course. From a single goal, Montana State University has taken yet another game in a 3-1 fashion, and we will see who's going to be the winner of the series in 5.
And it seems as if they've finally found themselves in the right track. Connecticut, they had the control, they had the dominance, they had a lead with each and every game they won. Just the third game where we expected things to maybe potentially close down, or maybe Montana coming out to be stronger, coming out to be someone who doesn't have, like anything to lose, and they just go in all out attack. Manages to really secure a very, like I'll say, a very amazing gameplay, a very amazing rotation, not giving any chances and having a strong line of defense, giving not even a single goal to UConn in the previous 2 games, except the first one, which did happen to come up in the early seconds. With that, Montana are up by 2 all scoreline, and we are going to head towards the final game of the season.
Final game to decide who's going to take this best of 5 series home. Is it going to be University of Connecticut, or will it be the reverse sweep of the day with MSU taking it in the last 3? It all comes down to these 5 minutes right here. Week 2 action couldn't be more intense, with game number 5 between Montana State University and University of Connecticut.
Jeff looks for the pass. Ham follows up. He's going to be running back. He has run out of boost. There's just so less boost available for the side of UConn. As Chef comes in from the back lines. One has been looking strong, but MSU there to defend yet again. Ham from the backline is the only sole player. He cannot afford to lose this 50. That would give enough opportunity. Chef still managed to keep things up and slide towards the opponent position, but Rose yet again being the savior. His early seconds look to be dominant from UConn, and this is the UConn you want to see in the entire game.
First minute in, no goals from either sides, but the action is as intense as it could get. Montana State University spending a lot more time on the offensive side in these early minutes as compared to the previous games at the start of the series. Rose, ceiling shot attempt. Will it be followed up with more pressure? No, it will not. Chef is going to send it over to Pros here, and look at that. The passing plays have gone so much more, well, better from Montana State University. There's passes are connecting, there's power, there's everything that you need from Montana State University. What we have been expecting from them, they've finally woken up. 90 seconds, no goals just yet. Could UConn be the first in this game to take a goal back? Let's find out. Pros, early save, heading back to the midfield here. Lamb with a good 50. No teammates to follow it up though. Pros with the dribbles. Gets it past one, but that's all he's gonna get. Chef looking to pass it down center, maybe set up a hook shot for his teammate. Does not connect. The demos could be the play here. A single demo could decide who's gonna take that first goal.
Exactly. With the save in the backline, Chief manages to keep things up in the middle. It's gonna be Noah coming for a backboard pass, but the touchdown isn't quite perfect as UConn might have expected, but so is the conversion from Lamb. The first one for UConn, they were waited. They completely tried so hard, and in the end, an amazing timing there for Lamb to give UConn the first one. They finally stepped up to be in the lead. Now this seems to be a fight of more like tug of war. Nonetheless, toe-to-toe action being up in the entire series, and this is the end game. This is the final game with only a single half of the entire game. 2 minutes 30 seconds remaining down the clock. Can MSU maintain themselves up, give an equalizer, or is it just going to be UConn stretching their lead?
Half the game remaining here, but there's the goal. There's another one for UConn. 2-goal lead now in Montana State University. Hope seems to be diminishing here as Noah receiving a beautiful pass from Shiro, doinking it into the back of the net and taking that second goal against MSU.
2-0. 2 minutes 20 seconds. SU, if there's ever a chance for them to get the best possible goal, it should be right here, or else UConn seems dangerous. UConn are looking for the third one, and they might as well have just get. What was it, a team save there? Because I do believe that they completely collided with each other. UConn still the best shot isn't quite over. Wow, looking dangerous, gets the first demo. Got another one. Chef in the back line. Just a deep 50, but Rose is going to follow up. Lamb completely playing up against two players all by himself. The pass is there, and so is Shiro with a perfect finish down and a touchdown towards the goal. The third one is up. To Connecticut, there's no turning back in the fifth game. There's no looking back to the series that we are about to get. Reversed comeback, and they have just get the job done within their own fashion. 3-0 was the scoreline of the first two games for Team UConn. Managed to keep things up, but an instant answer back potentially, unless Shiro dives up to be the savior.
Man, the reverse sweep slowly dying out here. Time is running out for Montana State University. If they want to keep this hope alive, they need a goal right now. They need a goal as soon as possible. We've got another shot opportunity coming in from UConn. This could go in. Shiro, beautiful 50. And every single touch being made by UConn here is precious time being taken away from Montana State.
Well, bro, it's going to be a complete open field in the offense, it feels. But Noah just too quick on the back line. 3 goals deficit. Almost 18 seconds per goal, and that just keeps drowning. As Noah manages to find yet another one of those 50s. Lamb keeping things up to switch the entire half. Shiro goes up towards the air dribble. A good redirect towards center. Lamb to his no avail is going to fall back. Noah in the midfield trying to defend. MSU potentially looking for the first one. These bumps, these entire bumps, it entirely has been chaotic. And with only 20 seconds remaining, seems as if New Connecticut might have really sealed the deal here.
There is no way we see 3 goals in the next 10 seconds unless this one connects. This could be something. No. They tried. They tried for sure. Game so far, unfortunately, could not get it going in the last game. U Connecticut made the comeback to the comeback, and they took the series home. 3-2 is going to be the scoreline of the best of 5 series here. Congratulations to University of Connecticut for taking this win. But hey, that was a great first series, honestly. First series for us, at the very least. And, that's the kind of action that we do expect from these teams here at EGFC. Both teams, very good job. Montana State University, they came close, but could not get that final needle in the thread. That's all right. Still in the early weeks. We'll see a lot more action from them in the coming weeks as well. We've got one more game for the day, which we will be back with very soon, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We do have an interview. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before heading to the next game, we've got an interview here. We've got Shiro from University of Connecticut with Shiro. How are you doing today? How do you feel about this win?
I'm doing good, and feeling proud of the boys. We got our first win of the season. It's a little tough. The transition between like the East and West servers are kind of messing with us. So
True.
we kind of like started to go a little slower. So got a couple losses,
You know,
but I'm happy with the win.
I do want to mention what was that game? You know, two games you guys dominated the competition. Third one with just one goal, and well, the consequences changed completely. We've got two more games and then going to game 5. So what happened there in that third game?
Honestly, I felt like we were all on like pace with each other, and then like the last goal. Oh, I don't even remember. Honestly, I kind of just look forward to the next game, but like it, the ping was definitely a challenge that whole game. Like the ball was just shooting random places. But I don't know. We kind of just dug deep, kind of tried to keep our heads up. We knew we could beat them. We knew what we could do against them, and we just had to execute it properly.
Exactly. And after the first week loss, what was those gaps which you guys wanted to fill up? What was those mistakes where you guys really wanted to come up? Because the first week up against RIT, it was a dominant victory for Team RIT in a 3-0. How important was this game for you coming down in the second week?
Honestly, it was super important to us because that first week was very detrimental for some of our players. Like even one of our players even told me, he was like, "Yeah, I stopped playing the game for like 5 days because how bad I was." So we kind of just we need that win. It was huge for us, and I was happy. And I mean, RT is a good team. I think we could beat them. We kind of just we stuck to our coaching calls. We looked back at the replay, saw what we need to do, especially for myself. Um, so I kind of just stepped up here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming in, Shiro, and once again, congratulations. That was a close one. You know, the entire day we have had sweeps coming in from both the previous matches, and you know, we were expecting, yeah, this is gonna be a sweep. But game number 3 completely changed the tides. We had a lot of plans. Thank you for an amazing game, and we'll see you next week soon.
Thank you for having me and us.
Of course. Of course. All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've got one more series for the day, which is going to be coming up very shortly. And what teams are we going to be seeing? Well, that it is another question. Let me pull up that screenshot. Oh,
Xavier?
Xavier's going up against WSU, Washington State University, and that is going to be an interesting matchup. We got the teams coming up very soon, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Galaxy, Scrib, Confused, Irish from the Musketeers.
The way you mentioned, I think Washington State, they had a dominant week one, a 3-0 start to keep the entire season up, to be at the like the top positions out of the entire series. But when it comes down to Xavier, yet again another same story of a 3-2 heartbreak, another same story that they came so close yet were a little short, a little far from their victory. Nonetheless, we are gonna hop this pretty quickly as Xavier's and Team Washington are all set to take on up against each other. I'm really gonna excited to see how Team Xavier are gonna really readjust themselves after falling short to just one game in the previous week. On top of that, Washington, as you mentioned, if there are really the changes which we not expect much from the players, that would really be a big question to them. That will that dominance really can this new season as well. After that first victory, getting the second one would be just a big statement. And I think so far, till now, Washington hasn't even dropped a single game in season. Like it's just been 1 week. We are down to the second one, and Xavier, this is the last thing which you want to expect, right? To get 3-0 another time, as already we have 2 3-0s for the team.
Man, that's gonna be detrimental, right? Having that kind of confidence coming in from the previous week, going into this one, you have that confidence, you have the valor to take another clean sweep home. Will you be able to do it this time against a different roster, a challenging roster to say the very least? Musketeers. Fitz from Washington State University is, I do remember watching him in the last few seasons, and that man is a mechanical beast. Now, really excited to see him again, and of course, Xavier University, as we mentioned, great players. I believe they've had some roster changes, so we shall see how they manage to play against a roster like Washington State now in this new season. As you mentioned, falling short by just a single game last week. Let's see if they can shift the tables, if they can turn the tables this in a week number 2. Going up against Washington State is not going to be an easy task, but hey, what is in EGF?
Exactly. I think you're gonna love to see these close games. You are love to see these unexpected plays. Nonetheless, I would really be expecting Team Xavier's to give a big surprise here. Not only will it be a wake up call for the start of Team Washington, but also it could really complete the entire pace of both the teams so much. Like Xavier has been the one team who want to get those desperate wins. On the other hand, we have the side of Team Washington who just want to win each and every game without dropping a single game. But with that, we are going to go on for the very first game, the final series of the day, and this is game number 1. Seems like some back and forth between the teams. Nonetheless, Crib is going to just wait things up, and we will get a potential quick rehost.
Oh, all right then. Some of the players are not too happy with the lobby that they're in. We will get this match started really quickly. They had audio issues, but hey, really quick, I want to look in the Twitch chat. We've got a lot of parents of the college students watching their children play. So first of all, welcome to the stream. I'm glad you guys are here, and hopefully you have a blast. And it's always fun to see parents support their children in the esports department, especially. 20 years ago, you could not imagine esports being a thing in university, and now it has such a big impact on how universities portray themselves, as possible admission spots. So that's one thing that we're really happy about. We didn't have stuff like this back in the day, but hey, now that it's here, stuff has been exciting, and esports has been rolling. And at this point in EGF, we can always expect this to continue to grow. Both of these universities, as we mentioned, are here, and they're here to play in week number 2, Washington State. The challenge is going to be high. And in the end, only one team goes on. This is first. This is not the qualifying week, though. I do want to mention who's going to make it to the playoffs. That is going to be coming in the next week. We've got EGF, right? 16 weeks in total, 8 weeks in the fall break, 8 weeks in spring. So a lot of time for all these teams to hone their skills and hopefully come out a better team at the end of the year. Here they go. First game now actually starting 7-second here. We've got a best of 5 series. Game number 1. Here it begins.
Here we go. Game number 1 just on its way. Team Washington all set to take up as they get the possession as Fritz gets all the way up towards the center. Xavier still maintaining the entire pace. It's a big pass towards the center, but Galaxy kind of switches towards the sideline. Used Irish is the only player in the backline, and once he misses his footings, this could have paid off a little heftily. Wempals, meantime, goes for the air double, flicks towards the first one. A rooftop pass coming in right on the center as Fritz finds a shot. But that's going to be an instant redirect from Confused Irish. A big demo in the center. Both these teams have been looking pretty competitive, but they're just getting themselves warmed up for this entire series as Fritz yet again goes in over and huge to get the mid-air demo, but was no avail, couldn't able to get the ball in the net.
First minute in, a lot of back and forth between these two teams. This could have been a goal for Xavier University. They could have started off strong, but not so fast. WSU comes in clutch on that defense. Will they be able to pick it up on the counter attack? We've got Wimples, so they're going to pick this one up. 30 boost to his name, a pass down center. Galaxy with the save, and Shark is going to continue this offensive pressure. WSU not going to back down anytime soon. Xavier University, they are going to have to work in overtime to get out of their own half, and that has been 40 seconds of absolute domination on the offensive side. Xavier University holding their ground, but how long will they be able to do it? Confused Irish, another beautiful save on the top right corner of the net. Getting out of their own half is absolutely essential, and they've finally been able to do it.
How long as Fritz instantly gets the ball back and now switches sides from the center. Wimples looking dangerous, and yes, he does. He saw this coming. The moment Wimples had the perfection position to himself, he just was waiting to get the leg and the top crossbar. An amazing goal to find the first one for Washington State University. And that comes in just within few seconds as we hop on to the 3rd minute of the game. Galaxy looking for an instant equalizer. Wimpals still, it's been a big task. It's been a mission to defend themselves up and get towards the offensive half. And I believe if you are Xavier, oh man, that's really, like, you gotta work on a lot of things. But Feds yet again goes on for a big play towards the center. Big save from the side of Script. Confused Irish looking to swap the entire half, but it was no avail. It's going to be yet another control as Xavier finally managed to go towards the offense and managed to do some counter-attacks.
Counter-attacks not being able to turn into a goal just yet, but hey, they are trying their very best here. 2 minutes remaining. Washington State University, they have that one goal, but will they be able to hold on to it? Because Xavier University is once again on the offensive side. Wimples and Fitz having a bit of miscommunication there, but Fitz manages to get out of his own half and puts a bullet to the back of the net. Well, he tries. Galaxy with an even better save. Follows it up with a clear, and we head back into the midfield here. Fitz looking to pass this over to his teammate. Is going to go to Confused Irish. Scrib looking to pick this one up. Irish jumps up again and secures the first goal for Xavier University. That has been a minute of back and forth between both of these teams, with XU coming out on top in that final play, the final passing play, to get the first goal for the blue side.
95 seconds. Both the team up by 1-1. This is going to be a crucial final 90 seconds for the entire game. First game, whichever team gets the momentum, tends to get the head start, and potentially a second game as well. Now this is the time you expect Washington to come up yet again, given the entire position and control the 10 to have. There's only been like 3 chances and Xavier managed to get one, but if you take a look out of how Washington happened to play the entire game, they had multiple instincts, and this would have been the potential second one. Xavier, oh, what a save yet again from the side of Washington. It's going up on top, beats 2, but just runs out of boost. Not able to readjust themselves. Wimples from the back lines. Looking for the setup. Fitz is going to take it away. It all comes down to Irish as he wins the 50. Not for too long as Wimples goes towards the center. Galaxy pulls the ball ahead. Fitz looking for a double touch backward pass. That's not going to happen. It's a cross, and this is going to be Scrib and a chance, but Irish just fall short.
trying to get out of their own half. WSU makes it happen. Can they turn it into a goal? Oh, shot was a little faster. We couldn't have seen a bit of a threat in front of the Xavier University's net. That has not been the case. Galaxy pulls up a save. Wimples has a shot on target. A little off. Won't be able to make it in time. Fitz high up in the air. Control. He's got a lot of control, and he has the opportunity for a pass. Shark is there to close this one out. Comes flying in, receives the pass, goes for the shot, and the shot goes into the back of the net. There it is. 2 defenders. It doesn't matter. Shark is gonna place it at the right position, and of course, not taking away credit for that beautiful pass coming in from Fitz as well. WSU, absolute dominant force in those last few minutes. XU, Xavier University, will they be able to make a comeback before this ball hits the ground? Let's see it. XU, they're trying their best to get the shot in, but there's a clear from Washington State, and the ball's gonna drop down with WSU taking game number 1.
Not a close game indeed. Game number 1 itself, given an entire storyline that how you expect the entire series to go. Washington were the one who managed to get the final seconds goal. Still a potential, but Xavier, they put up a big fight. They put up a big, competitiveness in the very, I'll say mid-game, in the mid-game readjustments that they had, completely adapting towards the rotation. How you can find that Fitz could be so dangerous, how the entire team could pan out so dangerously against themselves. But I think Xavier have been looking really in a proper composure. And coming down to game number 2, I don't expect this to be a clean sweep. This is indeed going to be one of those games which could potentially be pretty close. Not if the series goes to 3-0, but each and every game, you might potentially see a 1 or 2 goal differential.
And I absolutely agree. That was such a close game. In the last minute, we had so much back and forth. You expected WSU to take that goal, but it could have been Xavier as well. Both of these teams had so much time in each other's halves, and they made those passing plays. They got the shots as well. So in the end, it was just that one mistake from either side that determines who is going to take the next goal. WSU came out on top in the first game with a single goal. Let's see if they can do it again. WSU, they're on the offense. They're looking to get out of their own half. There's a shot from Fitz. Confused Irish picks it up, sends it up high into the air, and we've got Impulse trying to pick this one up. Galaxy, midfield play. Oh, that's a bit of a whiff. An opportunity for Xavier University to get on this offense and apply as much pressure as they possibly can. Shark is not going to let that happen. Spends so much time in the air, but Galaxy is going to take control of this ball, sending it down center. That's a pretty good pass, but nobody on second man position. And with that, Xavier University will lose that offensive valor in the first minute of the game.
Bilkul. I really think, this is going to be a chance as Galaxy is going to come down towards the center. It's still keeping things up. It's going to be Shark with the ball, with the possession up against the entire team. Xavier are still looking to keep things defensive in the entire position of their backboard. Oh man, this player has been looking dangerous all game long. Shark from the midline, still kinds of defended. Wimples comes from the backline. Irish, a chance for him. Galaxy looking for the conversion. He's taking things slowly, but Galaxy will get the first one. Xavier are going to get the lead in the second game with the first goal, and this was so much needed and amazing work in the center. And Xavier will find the first one on the back of Galaxy and on the back of the assist which Irish gets for himself. Xavier is going to be the one who will find the first one, and I'm still looking forward to see how Xavier are going to be maintaining this lead all throughout the entire game too.
Getting that first goal here, top shelf. Confused Irish with an amazing pass, getting Xavier University in the lead in the first 90 seconds. But look at that, WSU don't want to back down too soon. They have been spending so much time on the offensive side. This could be another goal. Fitz flies up into the air, gets the 50, and it's a walk in the park for him. 80 miles an hour, a shot towards the top right corner. Confused Irish could have taken it to the other side of the goalpost, however, ended up passing it, and WSU took the opportunity by force. 2 minutes into this game, we are all tied up.
The anticipation in the midair was just perfect. As I told, Fitz has been looking dominant, has been looking dangerous. Another 50 But Arish just quick readjust and find himself back. Galaxy meantime, the 50 passes the ball towards defensive position with Shark. He's going to come from the back line. Xavier looking to keep things up in the center and manage to get the cross too. It's all down to Impulse. Passes it back towards the side of Shark. Shark with a full boost tank would do so much damage here, but no flip reset in the end. It gives Xavier's the ball back, possession back. And Scrim managed to yet again switch the sides as Shark and Washington have been constantly attacking, have been constantly pressuring towards Xavier after the first goal. And it seems Xavier only one chance is all they need to get the second one. But Wimpulse denied them once again as Feds goes towards the sideline. There's a Shark. There is a center pass. Oh my god, that's a big hole right in the middle. And there's no one right there to defend it. With that, Washington, they miss a big opportunity, but this could be the second one.
Be an opportunity for a goal here from Washington State University. Xavier's, however, are there coming in clutch, setting up an offensive play. Impulse is the last man alive here. He's got to make something happen because both the players are not back. He finally does, but Xavier University is not going to let their guard down anytime soon. Here's the pass. Here's the shot. Will it be in?
Wow.
Yes, it does. Scrib, the softest, and I mean it, the softest of the touches, to just slide the ball in. Wimples was there, he expected it to go towards the right, and Scrib was like, well, I am one with the Jukes, and the Jukes are with me. Xavier University with a 1-goal lead, and 1 minute and 40 seconds on the clock.
What a masterclass goal that was. Xavier, they yet again get themselves up with the lead. But Washington, this is what they have been great at. The moment they're down to a goal, the moment they do realize that they are just about to get against them, they just go all out attack, and this is what they have been looking to do after the previous goal. On 75 seconds remaining as Fitz comes in from the sideline, out in the middle, passes back towards Wimpulse, but confused Arish is gonna seal a big clearance here. A free player who get completely bumped in the mid-air. Wimpulse still manages to lose the 50 as Galaxy is looking dangerous. Final minutes remaining. It's just a difference of one single goal, and Xavier would potentially look to just end things up the moment they get an opportunity. But will that be the case as Washington's back and forth passes, back and forth switchbacks? Now this opens up some chances as Sharks misses his important touch. Nonetheless, the pass towards Wimpulse could really give them a chance, but Galaxy completely deny them and buys extra 15 seconds.
30 seconds remaining. WSU, time is of the essence. And with this 1-goal deficit, they've really got to make every second count. That was a good pass, but the setup, not accurate enough to make it threatening for Xavier University, who's absolutely surfing this 1-goal lead right now, keeping it intact as much as possible. Here they go, control back in the hands of Xavier. Wimpulse tries to take it back, but would it matter when they put in bullets like those in front of the net? Wimpulse with the save, but the ball might just drop down here at 0 seconds unless WSU manage to pull off the impossible. They do not. And Xavier take game number 2 of the best of 5 series. That was a roller coaster.
Believe me, that was, we didn't expect that to go in that I did not anticipate it to really go toward a 1-all scoreline, like a goal differential all down to 1. After the first game, Xavier give their setback and finally forces Team Washington to lose their first game in the entire season 5 at the EGFC. We haven't seen them being so close in the entire, I'll say first series in the first week, but this second week seems to be a little difficult. Things are going to step up slowly, steadily. You're going to find yourself up against teams who know how to, really adapt. And as you mentioned, the setup from the side of Xavier was just so brilliant in this entire game. They get the first goal, an even equalizer, and then to make sure that they are able to seal the game, they defend themselves so well after getting the third goal of the entire game in the final halves of the entire game. 2-1 scoreline, and that's going to be Xavier who will even the series up with a 1-all scoreline. We are going to be heading over to the third game of the series, which will decide that which team will be the closest to get the series point.
Here we go, game number 3. Xavier University pulled off what WSU did in game number 1 and got that 2-1 scoreline victory. Who is gonna take Game 3 and get that lead once again? Let's find out. It's technically just a best of 3 at this point. WSU could start us off. It's in front of the blue net. Finally goes in. Wimples is here to seal the deal, and he will do just that. Look at the read there. Falls right back into the picture. Even after those amazing recoveries, Wimples getting the first goal 22 seconds in, and WSU is up by 1.
Exactly. Scrim meantime. Let's just keep the 50. Washington, as I mentioned, whenever they do start to realize that things aren't going well for themselves, they haven't been getting the lead, they completely go all out attack. They don't care much about the defensive line. All the players are just so offensive at this position. Just look at the position of each and every player. Just one player there with a full tank there to keep things up. Scrim manages to win the 50. It's going to be all coming down towards Fizz, as he might potentially go for a pass from the backboard. Confused Irish passes it towards center, but just from the middle, rises up Shark to get himself the possession. Shark might not have boost here, no flip reset, but still manages to get the ball on the pinch of the ground. Just a shot on target, but nonetheless, Washington, they have the first goal and they're really looking to maintain this lead.
They're going to maintain the lead, and they have done that in the last 1 minute and 40 seconds. XU trying to get back in this game. You know, it has been most of the times when Washington State University do take the first goal, but holding down the lead has been the troublesome task for the players in red. Will they be able to do it this time? Oh, look at that. A beautiful doink attempt coming in from Xavier University. Not being able to take it into the back of the net, though. WSU takes possession back. Here's Wimples. Here's Wimples with the beauty plays in the air. The smooth moment of this man continues to impress off the ceiling onto the net. And the second goal for Washington State University in this next minute.
2-0 scoreline, and that's just, I believe, 1 minute 42 seconds inside the game. Man, alright, is that the third one? Is that the third one? That potentially was, unless Confused Irish came in and happened to be the savior, because if that was a goal, that would have surely been the third match out of Washington. They have been completely looking all out attack. They don't want to play defense here. They don't want to play the rotation and a back and forth game here. The moment they get the ball, demos, then the shot on target, this amazing flip, and what a way to get a still goal for Washington. And man, you're gonna say Shark got some moves here.
Well, he's absolutely got some moves. Washington State University got some moves, because this is the first time we see either of these teams taking such a significant lead against the other. And we've still got half game time. We've still got, oh my god, Shark! Oh, leave something for the rest of your members. Oh my god, that should have been a goal. But WSU, Shark especially, he's been learning soccer, man, I'm telling you, because the dribbles, they just don't come easy. And Shark makes them look as easy as possible. Wimples, they're going to get the ball out of his own half here. WSU is sitting at a very comfortable lead at the moment. 3 goals. And with 2 minutes remaining, Xavier University have a mountain to climb.
Shark, the only player at the back line, might get beat from Galaxy. Irish comes from the back line, Reed Feds. Goes for the side wall air dribble. Finds the first big leap. Get the ball towards the offensive net. Galaxy comes in. It's still gonna keep the clearance up. That's a very dangerous position. Shark would have just needed a single redirect to keep things up and get the fourth one with Galaxy. How desperate would they be at this point? Xavier need to get the potential first goal. If not, then we are heading into the final minute, and that will be with the lead of not just 3, but with 4 goals on Shark. Oh my man is on a mission after game number 2, as he loses with just 1 goal shot. It would have potentially been the one who would have stolen it away, don't you think?
I mean, well, you know, it really doesn't matter as long as you're securing the goal as a team, right? Washington State University, they're trying to one-up themselves every single time they take a goal here, and the records are being broken. 4-goal lead already against Xavier University with 60 seconds remaining. A comeback seems highly unlikely, and it seems like WSU might be the ones to come out on top as the clock will hit 0 in about a minute, unless we see a comeback that we have not seen before. Unless we see a comeback on scale such as this, 4 goals in a 3 versus 3 in 50 seconds. Yes, there have been crazier things that have happened, but not in a match where everybody is highest ranked in Rocket League. I see SSLs, JC3s all the way through, so these guys have spent years, if not, well, 5 or 6 years playing this game, honing their skills, and they've been absolutely, showing that the showcase of the skill has been dominant. Let's see, with 19 seconds remaining, we do see a goal coming in from Xavier University, but will they be able to pull off 3 more goals in the next 18 seconds? That is 6 goals a second. Seems highly unlikely, but hey, it could happen.
A lucky kickoff is all you might want to ask for. Maybe a fake, maybe give Washington the first touch. Oh well, that doesn't seem to be the case. Xavier find themselves in a little different position. Wimples, the ball hovers around the net and the pinch comes through. Shark is going to come in with the hat-trick goal for the game number 3. What a way to get the entire game up. A 5-1 scoreline, 4-goal differential. Potential 2.5 seconds per goal is base you need. After losing to that kickoff, things are going to be pretty devastating as confused Arish goes in. This could be the potential one. Well, Xavier, still things are not yet over. Seems like we got some more goals to be, see in the final second.
Consolation goals, might I add, but at this point, I do not see a way of coming back from a 3-goal deficit. However, every single goal and every single touch you make in these last few seconds counts, because you got to carry it over, you got to carry out the plans and how you're going to make the next few games count. Washington State University, however, are going to be the winners of game number 3 in this best of 5 series. 2-1 is the scoreline. Heading into the next one, Washington State has a lot of momentum behind them.
Exactly. With that, it's a 2-1 scoreline. Team Washington, they realized they wanted, they got a dominant victory after a tough loss in the second game. Just a 2-1 scoreline, but who would have anticipated a 5-2 statement? And Shark going over and beyond expectations. The performance he builds up, the solo plays which he does. As you mentioned, man needs no team. He is all good by himself. But with that, it's going to be the 4th game, which will be up next. And a series point heading over to the 4th game. It will be Washington. Just one more game short to find themselves up to be victorious in the second week itself. If there was ever a chance for the start of Xavier, it's now as it's a do-or-die situation for them.
Absolutely. Best of 5. That means Washington State University is at series point rather. I believe we are going to be having a server switch going from east to the west coast, rather the west to the east. One of the ways, I believe it's going to be west to east, and there it is. The players are right back in the lobbies, and here they go. WSU, in these 5 minutes, have the chance to close the series out, or will it be Xavier University taking us to game number 5? It could be a repeat of what we saw in the last series. Here they go.
Wimples gets time out in the back line. Arish looking for options, takes the entire attention, and Script gets a goal. How simple could they made it look? Like, I completely was anticipating Arish to come in. Shark got a mid-air bump. Due to it, there were no readjustments for him. Wimples falling short by a second. Nonetheless, a 16-second goal right in the 3rd game. Alright, things are going to be pretty heated up. Washington aren't going to be happy with that one. But let's see how the answer back is going to come in. As Xavier still looking pretty dangerous in his offensive position. They have been looking completely all out attack. And this is what you love to see. But what a shot right in the center. They did expect it, but goes to the pole and gets redirected. Script still looking for a complete top corner. What a mid-air adjustment that was. What a goal that was. That was unbelievable stuff right there. The mechanical play from this player. Man, that goes over and beyond. And Script gives Team Xavier the second one and a lead of 2 goals.
2-goal lead for Xavier University. Exactly what you'd love to see here. You know, don't want to end this in 4 games. You want to take it to 5. You even want to take it to game number 5 overtime. That's the kind of mindset that both of the teams are coming in with. And it looks like Washington State University are now looking for answers on the offensive side. They've got a shot, they've got a setup, and Wimples is there to close it out yet again. The pass from Shark, the flick, taking it from the sidewall. Wimples picks it up, gets the beat, and gets the first goal for Washington State University, cutting the lead of Xavier in half and starting that climb to the tie.
It's a kickoff on the sideline. It's going to be confused. Arvish is going to completely swap the entire side. But Shark looking to keep things up. Fizz is going to be in the center, misses his chance, and that's an opportunity. Oh my god, that's a collapse. Washington. This is the scoreline you expected from the side of Washington, maybe? Because the way the first game and the third game went, they were dominant. But a pile of mistakes, back-to-back being conserved. Not even the double commits, but these misses, these opportunities, if they tend to lose it, it's going to be a thread which will be pulled off, and Xavier are going to take every piece of advantage for themselves. Xavier's are up by 2 goals, and it's just like, what, 90 seconds inside the game? We have an entire 3.5 minutes to see, and still, Washington one or two loads and loads of recovery. 4th goal, it's a 3-goal advantage. Xavier just want to make sure that the rest 3 minutes 20 seconds is about conserving this lead and not about going for more attempts. Off, Xavier, 3-goal lead for themselves. They want to make things up. They want to keep a big lead for themselves. This is the potential.
Oh, what a shot.
This is their best chance to keep things up, but Wimples with the save. Scripps still keeping the things up towards the sideline. They need a demo. They need these bombs. These have been the windows to open up the opportunities, but Shark, we are waiting to get himself turned on.
And you know, you mentioned that they should play defense, but hey, you know, when you've got a 3-goal lead and this kind of momentum and the mechanics to show for it, who plays defense? Come on, I want them to go all out here. Well, you know, Washington State University did the same. They got, what, 3 or 4 goals in the last game? Xavier University is trying to one-up them, and hey, I love this kind of competition. Xavier absolutely dominating the play, dominating the scoreline as well, with a 5-1 on the scoreboard. 4-goal lead. Shark, you know, he tried to control this ball. He tried to get it going onto the offensive side here, but he took a bit too long. And Xavier is going to capitalize upon that pretty quickly. 5-1 with a 4-goal lead. Xavier, half the game remaining, and they're not looking to stop anytime soon.
You should have won. You should have won Fizz. He was completely hunting the side of Script to get the demo after the kickoff. Nonetheless, Shark is going to keep things up. A mid-air demolition thus comes up as Galaxy runs from the back lines. The 50 Fitz is looking for clearance. Does he has enough boost? I think no is the answer. Oh, he does. Well, that's a fake. Fuse Harish is going to be Xavier. A pass towards the center. Wimpulse. A big 50 being denied, and that was so much needed. Xavier, they're just burning the clock here. They're just playing the time here. Wimpulse, another player down in the demo. This is going to give another chance as Xavier are looking to get the 6-1. Will it be that easy? Just 2 players remaining. Fizz puts a complete cross towards the entire sideline, and Fizz goes towards top bar. Alex is the only player in defense, but Wimpulse is looking a little dangerous. Shark is coming from the back line. 1 bounce over the goal could have been the potential, but confused Irish yet again comes in to deny him. It's down to the final 85 seconds.
Final roll here. Xavier University, I believe, with 60 seconds remaining, unless we see a few goals coming in right about now, seems like game number 5 is absolutely in the books. Only a minute, with Washington State having to take 4 goals seems highly unlikely, if not impossible. Here we see the time, the mark. 1 minute remaining. 1 minute for Washington State to build something up here, not just to win, but to understand where it went wrong in this game that allowed Xavier University to take in 5 goals. And how do you tackle that problem going into the next one. So these 40 seconds absolutely crucial. They cannot let Xavier score more goals. They gotta understand the patterns. They've gotta capitalize upon the reads. And will they be able to do just that? Because it seems like Xavier has been spending so much time on the offensive side. The last 30 seconds had constant pressure being applied by Washington State. By XU rather, Washington State finally finding the opening, going into the offensive side, but no goal scored just yet.
Washington, the need at least one goal. Heading on to the 5th game of the series, it's going to be the final stretch. It's going to be the final seconds. And this is going to mean that Washington, one last chance, all awaited, all eyes on the ball. The moment it hits the ground, it's going to be Washington getting 2-0 yet again. And this is going to be the 5th game, the 2nd loss for the entire season. Xavier's, they take us to game number 5 for the second time consecutively in the 2nd week itself. Man, what's your thoughts? What's your feeling? Do we really expect this series to go this close? Because the scorelines have been completely different. 3-1 in the first game, 2-1 in the second, 3-1 yet again in the third. And this was entirely like a 5-2 or some fashion. Like there were so many goals and such a long goal differential. Yet we happened to come to the game 5.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it, right? Both of these teams are trying to one up each other every single game. It would seem like it's going to be competitive all throughout, but the way these players have been improving and adapting to their opponents has been so impressive. And I just cannot wait for this game number 5. If Washington State University have used that last minute to understand how Xavier has been playing, what have they changed up to get a lead like that, then we can expect Washington State University to put up a good fight. But at this moment, the momentum lies with Xavier.
Exactly, and one thing, once a team manages to get the goal, manages to get the lead, there's no comebacks, there's just no answer back. We haven't seen any games where you are up, then there's a setback, there's an equalizer. It's just been once you get these early seconds momentum, you tend to get the entire game for yourselves. These starts, it's just so important. In the previous game, Flader, we completely missed Shark. I think Shark wasn't even able to find the first one for himself. This is what turned Team Washington into a beast when we went on for the game number 3, and it was a hat-trick match for the side of Shark. Let's see what's going to happen as early 40 seconds. Game of back and forth, game of slide backs, and a game of switching and swapping sides. Nonetheless, Shark win calls 50. Shark with the attempt, but Galaxy is going to deny him. It's still looking to fall back. Galaxy is going to give him a big chance, but what has he done? Passes it back towards the back line. Confused Arish is the only player on the offensive angle. Xavier have been looking really in control. They have been really looking as if the setup has been working so well against an aggressive team like Washington, who has now been forced down to play a little defense and a little toe-to-toe in each and every move they do.
Washington State have been spending the last 90 seconds in their own half, have used so much boost trying to set this ball back onto the midfield, get some possession back. But it seems like that'll finally come through. A shot from a constellation away. Coming in with a banger. Fitz gets the first goal for Washington State University. He finds the opening and he snipes it. WSU take the first goal in game number 5. Much needed to break that momentum, that gigantic momentum that Xavier was coming in with.
Exactly, and with that, a second might just be followed up nonetheless. It's going to be confused. Arish denies, but Shark eventually is going to be waking up slowly, steadily. He is going to realize it is the final game of the entire series, a 2-0 scoreline. And this is what I was saying, right? Like, once you manage to get these early goals, you manage to get your hold to the game, and you find yourself a breather of relief. You just tend to go over and beyond, and that's been the case for the previous 2 games. First, it was Washington with Shark in the back of an entire domination, and now it was Xavier's in the previous. But with that being said, Washington, this is going to be their best chance to keep lead. If you are Xavier, you need some desperate attempts to get a goal, and that's what desperation strikes. But Fids is going to deny him, is going to get the clearance, but Script from the back line comes again, but Shark, to his no avail, is going to defend his best.
Midfield action from both sides. WSU holding on to that 2-goal lead. And Xavier, they're looking for answers. They're looking to do something similar to what we saw last game. But WSU have got them on the hook at the moment. Having a 2-goal lead, not just one, makes them come into a very comfortable position. Impulse. Impulse are going to get that clear, which he will. Pinches it with the post. Takes it into the corner, but not out of the waters just yet. Flick over one. Confused Irish is there to pick it up. He's going to get the challenge in. But no offensive pressure. After that build-up, Fitz, will he be able to get this 50 going? Oh, Galaxy doing all the work. He's beaten 3 players. All he needs is his pass down center. And you got to talk about that one. The corner read just not being accurate enough. He got the boost, but Wimples completely missed the ball there. XU, a much needed goal. Xavier cutting the lead in half, and they're only down by 1.
This momentum shift which you expected. Well, Galaxy, that was a massive save. That was a save for the entire series, because when you see the clock down to the final 2 minutes, and saves like that are eventually gonna annoy so much if you're Washington. That goal would have been your insurance. That goal would have been your safety, your margin of error, which would have really put you down, but more risky plays. But with only 1 goal differential, it's gonna be caution from both sides. Xavier, they need some attempts here. They need to make sure that the pressure they are building up towards the side of Washington is eventually being rewarded with the conversion, as Confused Irish comes from the back line. But Sharky is going to deny its crib, eventually trades it back. Wimpulse takes the 50. Galaxy misses his chance, but Confused Irish passes it back towards Galaxy.
There it is.
It's towards the center, but Fitz is going to read them like a bug, and the cross is going to come in. It's the final minute for the final series of the day.
And remaining, Washington State, so much pressure, but no goals to show for it. That can be dangerous, because once you start running out of boost, Xavier, all they need is 1 opening to get a goal going. And there's the opening. Scrib looking to get this pass down center. Misses the second touch, though. Confused Irish picks it up. Shark with the intercept. The demo coming in from Confused Irish could be fatal. Wimples gets the save, and they once again breathe a sigh of relief. Shark takes it up high into the air, and this could be something. Wimples decides not to go for it. A wise decision, to say the least. Fids, he needs to pick this up, get a touch here, send it from one corner to the other, and buy as much time as Washington State as he possibly need. Xavier, they need a goal if you want to take this to overtime. 10 seconds remaining. It's all got to start by getting out of your own half. It all starts right now. Confused Irish sends it over to Galaxy, but Galaxy hits it into the corner, over to Shark. And all he needs to do now is drop the ball down, which Xavier will be doing just that. Their WSU in game number 5, in a very similar fashion to game 1, will take the series home. The 1-goal lead at the very end is going to be the decisive factor, which decides Washington State University's fate in this series. Well played to both the teams.
Exactly. What an amazing series. What an amazing day. And both the series go 3-2, going towards the stretch, going the distance of 5th game was completely unanticipated. But Xavier, a second heartbreak for them, consecutively a 2-3 scoreline in the second week itself. Yet again, questions, up. Like Washington, this wasn't an easy series. What you expected to be an easy walkover for them wasn't the case. They were almost on the verge of maybe missing things out. A lot of mistakes being done from the side of Xavier, which they were completely punished for. But this game completely being the game of tug of war. First game in for the side of Xavier, the first game in for the side of Washington, then Xavier. Then you see Washington getting the lead, then Xavier equalizing. And in the 5th game yet again, like you would have potentially hoped for, like if it was a BO7, maybe we would have went in the distance of the 7th game. That's how closely skilled and close the games were.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have to ask, and I'm wondering how one game could be how one game could be one-sided towards one team, and the other game just completely flipped around. So, to answer all these questions, we're going to be having an interview very soon with one of the players, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. we just had an amazing series between Xavier University and Washington State University, and we have got the winners, one of the members, Wimples, with us in the booth. Wimples, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling about this win?
What's up, bro? Feeling great about that win. That was a good series for sure. Glad we could pull it out.
I am digging that hat. Absolutely amazing. The Cougars, go Cougars, and you've got to tell me this. I've had this question, Wimples. Wow, that's a lot of merch, man. Could you ship some to India?
For sure, dude. I got you.
Absolutely. So, well, the first question, Wimples. Here we go. What was that series? We saw Xavier University absolutely dominating in one game, and we saw you guys dominating in the other. Are you guys going by the book? You completely psychoanalyze the other team in one game, and they do the same for you. What was going on there?
It was we had a lot of things on our end, just working on communication. Basically, sort of as the series went on, we understood their play style a little bit more, and so we were able to work that to sort of be more aware of that. And a lot of it was just cleaning up our comms, cleaning up our touches, making sure that we're doing everything that we're meaning to do.
And the start was indeed dominant, but what happened, after the second game? Like, it happened to be like it's going toe to toe. First, you are winning, then we have the side of the other team getting the lead. What were your comms, and how did it entirely go on heading over to the fifth game? Was it like you wanted to have some changes? Because Shark was having the game of his entire series in the third or fourth game, but all of a sudden, when it came to the fourth, match, it completely looked a bit rookie in the middle. So how were you able to readjust for the fifth one? I think you might potentially.
Did I disconnect there? Sorry.
It's completely all right. I was saying it was a pretty rookie series, I'll say very rocky in the middle. But nonetheless, how you guys prepped up after that loss in the fourth game, where Shark just the previous game in the third one, he was having the game of his series. Not keep any threads lost.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the last part of that.
all right. There has been a
what's he saying after game 2?
Fine. Yeah, I got it. So, the question really is phrased in a way. It was a rocky series. Just a lot of up and down between game 1 up until game 2, right? So, how was your mind? How was your mindset? How was the team's mindset going into game number 5? What were the comms like? How did you guys decide, and how do you want to come back from one scoreline in the previous game?
Yeah, so a lot of it, we were able to identify a lot of our mistakes thanks to our friend Silent, who's been coaching us lately, giving us a lot of good things to work on for sure. So that's how we were able to identify a lot of the issues that we had, and then it was just about making sure that we could capitalize on mistakes that they were making. And so it's just small adjustments like that, basically, that is gonna win a series, and we saw that today. Basically, we're super happy about this one.
Adaptability, right? And that's the core concept of one of the series. And you guys did a fundamental, amazing job in adapting to the play style that Xavier University put up in front of you. Thank you so much for coming in, Wimples. Do you got any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to our coach Silent. Shout out to our manager Windex. Shout out to anybody that's watching us here to support WC Crimson. We appreciate everything. So, yeah.
Great. Well, once again, congratulations to Washington State University for taking this dub, and thank you so much, Wimples, for coming in. It was really, really nice to talk to you, and I'm so excited to see what Washington State University does in the coming weeks. It's gonna be a blast again this year.
For sure, dude. Thank you.
All right. With that, the day comes to an end. We have had a roller coaster of series. The first 2 ending in 3-0 scorelines. The next 2 going to game 5s. So a bit of both of the polls, right? So Afghan, what do you got to say about that last game?
I think that was a dominant one. Washington in the fun game completely woke up. Pretty close one till the middle. But finally, Washington, back-to-back 2 series victory in back-to-back 2 weeks. First week, 3-0. Second week, it was burrito fashion. Nonetheless, the storyline for Xavier still continues. A 2-3 heartbreak for the both one. With that, it's going to be the final series being called off. Congratulations, Team Washington. And tomorrow, it's going to be some more action. So you guys.
All right. Seems like we've got a bit of a disconnect once again from Upcon. That's fine.
Oh.
That's fine. All right. Some internet connectivity issues. It happens. But hey, the games were a blast. We've got more EGF action coming in on a daily basis. Rocket League continues for the next 8 weeks. So be sure to tune in, support your team, support your children. And it's going to be a blast here at EGF every week with Rocket League. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.